as Hiland battles Minford. Now to Matt Croy.
And good evening from Leisure Field in Grove City. The Highland Hawks with a record of 13-5-1. They won 6 games in a row and 12 of their last 14 games. They're in the regional tournaments for the 4th consecutive year and trying to get back to the regional finals for the first time since 2018. They're taking on the 12th-ranked Minford Falcons with a record of 18-1. They've won 5 straight. They're in the regional soccer tournament for the first time since 2011 and trying to get back to the regional championship game for the first time since 2008. Stay tuned for the pregame show after this on WKLM.
East Home's Veterinary Clinic in Berlin and Millersburg also owns Pampered Paws in Millersburg and the Red Rough Inn in Berlin. East Home's Veterinary Clinic is there for all your pet needs. Whether it is for veterinary services, grooming, or boarding, there is only one place to call. That's East Home's Veterinary Clinic with locations in Berlin at 893-2057, Millersburg at 674-5591, Pampered Paws 674-7297, or the Red Rough Inn at 893-2057. Stop in today.
You can never go down the wrong trail when you go to Millersburg Tire Service. They have the best brands, along with the most experienced tire experts in the area. When it comes to tires and homes in surrounding counties, pick the right trail and drive the Millersburg Tire Service. They've been getting the job done right for 68 years. That's Millersburg Tire Service, located off State Route 39, east of Millersburg. Call 674-1085.
If you're ready to upgrade the outside look of your home, then look no further than Diamond Coat Building Products at MRV Siding Supply. Diamond Coat Siding is built to last, and it comes with a 30-year no-fade warranty and 30 colors to choose from. Stop by on County Road 623 in Millersburg or call 800-524-7436.
Get your siding supplies from the siding guys. MRV Siding Supply.
At Village Motors, we take great pride in our product, and we have 2 new models in stock that we're very excited about. Hi, this is Deke Miller, and the full-size Ford Bronco has finally arrived. It is built Ford tough, and it just screams Bronco when you look at it. The Jeep Wrangler will now have a great competitor for years to come. It is the real deal, and you need to see it and drive it for yourself. Also, the Grand Cherokee Extended Length L model has arrived. The first third-seat option for the Grand Cherokee, it combines luxury and off-road capability with the ability to carry 7 passengers. Stop out soon to see the Bronco and the Grand Cherokee L at Village Motors in Millersburg.
Tightening budgets and resources, schools face a daunting task these days, providing young people with all they need to equip them for the years ahead. Denko Marketing in Millersburg urges you to support our students and youth in whatever way you can. Whether it's the giving of your time and experience or donating items for use by educators, groups, or clubs, everyone can make a difference. Denko Marketing of Millersburg hopes you're giving back to the young people of today. Denko Marketing of Millersburg, where the business at hand is the business of home.
The Holmes County Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau is proud to support our local athletes. Our mission is to help our members succeed through advocacy, leadership, economic development, innovation, communication, and maintaining our community's identity. Visit www.holmescountychamber.com.
Come to the Kaufman Realty and Auctions Absolute Commercial Real Estate Auction on Monday, November 8th at noon. Looking for a warehouse space or affordable commercial property? This could be your ticket to get situated in a business of your own. The main building is 82 by 78 with several additions, along with 10,000 square feet of commercial buildings. Located at 382 South Mount Anthony Street and 375 Railroad Street in Millersburg. For more information, contact Dave Kaufman at 330-204-6514. That's the Kaufman Realty and Auction Absolute Commercial Real Estate Auction on Monday, November 8th at noon.
Hi, this is Joel Gauss, and I'm pleased to announce the opening of a second Premier Pharmacy location inside Rody's IGA in Millersburg. That's 2 locations to serve Holmes County even better. Most insurance, including all alt care and primetime plans, will be accepted immediately during our soft open. Don't wait until your next doctor's appointment to start experiencing the Premier difference. We can easily transfer your active prescriptions from whatever pharmacy you currently use. That's Premier Pharmacy in Berlin, and now also in Millersburg, your community pharmacy.
It's time for Before the Kick, brought to you by Hauberens Insurance in Millersburg.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's insurance agent. Hobron's Insurance Service, 170 South Clay Street in Millersburg. Call 1-800-340-3767.
And I'm joined by Highland Hawks head soccer coach Scott Boddicker, coming off a convincing 7-1 victory over West Muskingum to capture the district championship game. And really, your team able to dominate that last game, Scott, and jumping out to a 2-0 lead at halftime and going on to score 5 more goals in that second half. What allowed your team to dominate the way they did throughout that contest? And, of course, Zach Mulla coming through with his 4 goals for your team.
Yeah, I think I think the biggest factor for us is we just had more speed than they did. Our forwards against their defense. Second half, we got them worn down just a little bit. They got frustrated, got a red card, and the game was a little out of hand already at that point. But I think our speed was the biggest factor.
Your speed, you getting those 18 shots on goal, and it's one thing to get the shots on goal, but it'll have the accuracy to knock those in a big game like that. I think that was big also for your team as well.
Yeah, one of our team goals this year is every game, 50% of our shots actually on target. We've not done a good job with that in the past. Spent a lot of time trying to get creative in ways to work on that. And honestly, knock on wood for tonight's game, we've actually accomplished that goal every single game this year. At least 50% of our shots have been on goal.
How about this team, Scott, too? You couldn't go back to the beginning of the season and all the injury issues there and kind of battling through that and your tough schedule as you always have here. But for this group to get back to the regionals, it has to say a lot about this group to kind of get through that adversity the way they have.
Yeah, I think this group has had a good spirit of persevering. And, again, we didn't feel like the talent was ever the question. We felt like we had the group we needed. We just needed to get everybody healthy and playing together and experience. So, really pleased to be here and hope we'll give a good account of ourselves.
To take on this Minford team, they come in with an impressive record at 18-1, 12th ranked team in Division III. What do you know about this Minford team you're taking on?
Well, they're very athletic, which is often typical for teams from that part of the state. Very athletic, have some really good individual players. They do a few things that are a little unusual in terms of their tactics. Their defense tends to sit really, really deep. There's often a lot of space in the middle of the field. So, they're accustomed to playing one way, and we're going to try to impose our will on them a little bit if we can and make them play a little bit differently. That's certainly the goal.
You mentioned impose your will. What does it mean, I guess, from the Highland side of things? How do you attack a team like this?
Well, I think the first thing we've got to do is we've got to win. We've got to win balls in the middle of the field. They play extremely hard and they're aggressive, and then we have to be able to complete passes. Again, their style of play is less emphasis on passing and more on getting it forward and letting their fast, skillful guys try to create things. So we're going to hopefully, also step up and pressure them a little bit at our defensive end and in the midfield, where, again, I think they're a little accustomed to having a little more time with the ball than we will allow them, and hopefully that'll allow us to be successful.
Obviously, the bottom line, you get to this level, Scott, you're never going to play against good teams, right? So you have to play your best and be able to raise your level of play against whoever going to play at the regional level.
Yeah, that's exactly the right thing. You got to raise your level of play, and you got to come ready to compete. If you don't have your best night and you don't bring your A game every game in terms of maybe your shooting or your passing might be a little off, the one thing you can do is come and compete, and I know Minford will do that. They play really hard. We're going to have to match that energy and intensity.
All right, Scott. Well, thanks for your time and good luck tonight.
Appreciate it, Matt.
That's the voice of the Highland Hawks head soccer coach, Scott Boddicker.
Before the Kick has been brought to you by Hobron's Insurance in Millersburg.
Beachy's Auto Care and Truck Center continues to offer the convenience of 2 great locations on US 62 in Weinsberg and on County Road 201 in Berlin. The Weinsberg shop will take care of heavy-duty truck and fleet customers from 7 a.m. to midnight, while the Berlin facility will repair auto and light trucks from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Contact them in Weinsberg at 359-5421 or in Berlin at 674-6970. That's Beachy's Auto Care and Truck Center in Weinsberg and Berlin. Stop in all this week for these great deals at Rody's IGA Marketplace. Get beef shoulder boneless English roast for $4.79 a pound, pork loin bone-in rib chops for $2.79 a pound, and russet potatoes for $4.99 each. They also have beef loin boneless New York strip steak for $9.99 a pound, beef shoulder boneless English steak for $4.99 a pound, pork loin bone-in country style ribs for $2.79 a pound, and ballpark all meat franks for $3.29. Don't forget to call 674-7075 for meat, cheese, and party platters at Rody's IGA.
Are you tired of wasting money on your home energy bills? Let Home Siding Contractors show you just how affordable replacing your windows can be. Provia has developed a reputation within the vinyl replacement window industry for having the best features and options. The Provia Endure and Aspect windows are as stunningly beautiful as they are energy efficient, and over time will pay for themselves. Call Home Siding Contractors today to set up your free in-home evaluation by calling 888-725-6619.
Home Siding Contractors.
Kick off Black Friday pricing during the 35th Annual Harvest Sale, November 4th, 5th, and 6th at Millersburg Electric. Save up to $930 on a General Electric fridge door refrigerator with a new fingerprint-resistant stainless steel with ice and water dispenser. Plus, save 25% on all locally handcrafted Monarch brand mattresses. Qualified customers receive 12 months interest-free. Get fair stromboli from the Italian eatery stand in their parking lot all 3 days from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. All at Millersburg Electric's Harvest Sale, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, November 4th through the 6th.
This is Raleigh Mast. I'm a fleet mechanic with Yoder Lumber Logistics. We are a truckload carrier and broker servicing customers east of the Rocky Mountains. We have a fleet of late model equipment specializing in flatbed and Conestoga freight. At Yoder Lumber Logistics, we take pride in offering our customers fast and friendly service at competitive rates for all their inbound and outbound needs. Give us a call today at 330-893-3131.
Are you having ongoing issues with your flat or low slope roof? MEB Systems of Sugar Creek specializes in flat or low slope roofs and has been serving the community and beyond since 1977. Whether it's tracking down or resolving that persistent leak, you are in need of a complete roof replacement, or you have a new build, MEB Systems will strive to find the best solution for you. They believe if a job is worth doing, it's worth doing right. Call MEB Systems Incorporated today at 330-852-4333 and visit them online at mebsystems.com. MEB Systems wishes all Holmes County athletes a safe and healthy season.
Many things can cause damage to your vehicle. A deer, another car, or that parking lot pole that came out of nowhere. Regardless, your ride needs to be repaired. And Finish Line Auto Body is the place to go. Finish Line will help pay your insurance deductible. That's right, Finish Line will pay up to $500. You could get your vehicle repaired while paying $0 out of pocket. Call or visit the Finish Line Auto Body Customer Care Center for details. Located on State Route 83, across from Pomerane Hospital in Millersburg.
Take a look at the starting lineups for tonight. First of all, for the Minford Falcons, starting for them will be junior midfielder Isaac Napier. Also starting will be junior midfielder Adam Crank and freshman midfielder Ethan Cordell. Also senior quarterback, and that is a center back in Jacob Lewis. Freshman forward Miles Montgomery and junior wing Luke Rader. Also starting for the Falcons will be junior center back Charlie Neal and sophomore right back, that's Sam Tiemann. Also starting for the Falcons will be freshman wing and Gavin Downey, senior forward Zane Miller, and also junior left back in Dylan Brooks, and also senior goalkeeper Levi Correll. Minford comes in with a record on this season of 18-1. They're the 12th ranked team in Division III, and they come in also coached by Jacob Hackworth, and they're into the regionals for the first time since 2011 and trying to get back to the regional finals for the first time since 2008. That year, Minford actually defeated Hiland in the regional semifinals 4-1 to get to the regional championship game that year in 2008. As far as Hiland's concerned, starting for the seeding for the Hawks, it will be junior forward Reese Mullet along with junior midfielder and Kurt Kaufman, senior midfielder Zach Mullet, and senior forward Kalen Howe, sophomore midfielder Corbin Miller, and junior defender Trevor Hostether. Also senior defender Carlos Taparia, and senior defender Micah Coons, junior midfielder Drew Nisley, and freshman midfielder, that is Zeke Boddicker. Also starting for the Hawks will be senior goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman. As for the Highland Hawks, a record of 13-5-1. They've won 6 straight in 12 of their last 14 games. They're coached by Scott Boddicker. Highland in the regionals for the 4th consecutive year, and they're trying to get back to the regional finals for the first time since 2018. For Highland, of course, that year they lost to Grandview Heights in the regional championship game by a score of 3-0 in that 2018 season. I'll take another break, come back with the opening kick after this on WKLM.
Now that we're into the fall season, those tanning days have come to an end, right? Not if you go to the Beach Club Tanning Salon. At both their Millersburg and Berlin locations, they are continuing their monthly special where you can buy 1 month of unlimited tanning and share it with a friend, and buy 5 tanning passes and get 2 free. Don't forget that they have 2 great locations now on Glen Drive in Millersburg and on West Main Street in Berlin. Take advantage of the fall specials at the Beach Club Tanning Salon in Millersburg and Berlin. You can never go down the wrong trail when you go to Millersburg Tire Service. They have the best brands, along with the most experienced tire experts in the area. When it comes to tires and homes in surrounding counties, pick the right trail and drive the Millersburg Tire Service. They've been getting the job done right for 68 years. That's Millersburg Tire Service, located off State Route 39, east of Millersburg. Call 674-1085.
East Homes Veterinary Clinic in Berlin and Millersburg also owns Pampered Paws in Millersburg and the Red Rough Inn in Berlin. East Homes Veterinary Clinic is there for all your pet needs. Whether it is for veterinary services, grooming, or boarding, there is only one place to call. That's East Homes Veterinary Clinic with locations in Berlin at 893-2057, Millersburg at 674-5591, Pampered Paws 674-7297, or the Red Rough Inn at 893-2057. Stop in today.
Hiland, of course, the top seed out of the East 1 District, where they would defeat the number 3 seed West Muskingum by a score of 7-1 to capture the district championship for them, their 4th consecutive district championship for the Hawks. And out of the Waverly 1 District, where Minford was the top seed in that district, and they would defeat the 13 seed Peoples in their district championship game, and Minford won that game by a score of 2-1 to capture their first district title since 2011. As far as the regional tournament is concerned here in boys Division III regional semifinal soccer, as far as Hiland taking on this Minford team, I mentioned Minford is ranked 12th in Division III, taking on Hiland, and the winner of this game will move on to the regional championship game against either third-ranked Grandview Heights or Wheelersburg, and that regional finals game would be this Saturday with the site and time yet to be determined. So the winner of this game will face either third-ranked Grandview Heights or Wheelersburg in that regional finals on Saturday. Also, in this side of the bracket in Division III boys regional semifinal soccer tonight, it's number 1 ranked Cincinnati Madera taking on 13th ranked Tip City Bethel tonight, and also 11th ranked Cincinnati Marymount is taking on 10th ranked Worthington Christian. And the other side of the bracket in Division III in the regional semifinals tonight, it's 5th ranked Kirtland. They're taking on Willoughby Andrews Osborne, and also tonight it is Youngstown Ursuline taking on 6th-ranked Columbiana Crestview. Winners of those 2 games will square off in the Saturday regional championship game. Also, Audubon is taking on Central Christian tonight. And also, Bluffton, 9th-ranked Bluffton, is taking on 4th-ranked Toledo Ottawa Hills. The winner of those 2 games will get a square off in the regional championship game this Saturday. So again, the winner of this contest takes on either Grandview Heights or Wheelersburg this Saturday, with this site and time to be determined for that regional championship game. I'll take another quick break, come back with the opening kick after this on WKLM.
If you're ready to upgrade the outside look of your home, then look no further than Diamond Coat Building Products at MRV Siding Supply. Diamond Coat Siding is built to last, and it comes with a 30-year no-fade warranty and 30 colors to choose from. Stop by on County Road 623 in Millersburg or call 800-524-7436.
Get your siding supplies from the siding guys. MRV Siding Supply.
financial solutions when you need it from Dave Stayball Financial Services. After winning 6 state championships as a head basketball coach, Dave Stayball knows that planning, preparation, and hard work can lead to success. And the same can be applied to your financial future. Whether you are a young adult, individual, family, or a business, Dave Stayball Financial Services will establish financial goals and income protection. Contact Dave Stayball Financial Services at 893-1900, located at 4585 State Route 39, Millersburg. Securities offered through ON Equity Sales Company, member FINRA SIPC.
Today's first kick being brought to you by Finish Line Auto Body of Millersburg. Call Brooks at 330-674-1483 and find out how you can have up to $500 of your deductible paid. Don't let the insurance companies tell you where to fix your car, your body shop. Finish Line Auto Body on the north end of Millersburg. McRoy alongside with you, and also Dakota Patterson and Brandon Benter back at WKLM Sports Central. Glad to have with us tonight on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. And of course, with this game also being video live streamed tonight, courtesy of Claxon Communications, as Casey Claxon running the board for the video stream for this evening, and also Lydia Brady providing the work of the camera tonight for the full video. You can go to the WKLM YouTube page, search for the YouTube page, and you can watch full video for the video live stream for tonight's soccer contest. Hiland comes in with that record of 13-5-1, and winners of 6 straight, 12 of their last 14 in the regionals for a 4th consecutive year, and trying to get back to the regional finals for the first time since 2018. And Minford, of course, having a terrific season for them. 18-1, the 12th ranked team in Division III. They won 5 straight, and they're in the regionals already for the first time since 2011. And the last time they went to the regional championship that year was 2008, when they actually defeated Hiland in the regional semifinals that year in that season, I should say, and they would win that by a score of 4-1, and eventually they would fall to Worthington Christian in the regional championship that year 4-0. As far as Hiland is concerned tonight, wearing their white jerseys and also black thermals and black shorts and white socks, and for Minford, they're wearing their gray jerseys and also sporting their red numerals and their red shorts and red socks as well. Just about ready to get things underway from Grove City, Leisure Field in Grove City. Of course, the girls last night playing their regional semifinal game and falling to Eastern in the regional semifinals here at Grove City, 2-0. The boys trying to follow suit and trying to get a victory here tonight to try and move on to the regional finals against either like as I mentioned before, either Grandview Heights or Wheelersburg this Saturday, with a site and time to be determined. All ready to go. Hiland will have the first kick, and that kick goes off the foot of Zach Mullet, who had 4 goals in that district championship win over West End for the Hawks. And ball played back near that midfield circle, and corralled now by the Hawks in Zeke Boddicker. Rolls his pass, goes to the far center of the field. Hiland going from left to right offensively in this first half. Ball works near that 30-yard line as they work it near the far side of the field. Centering pass going to be corralled by Reese Mullet. He'll track it down, gets a pass off near that 30-yard line. Mullet's pass goes high on the right, deflected back to him. Off the foot now of Hiland's Corbin Miller. Miller works his pass now high on the right side, corralled by Kalen Howe. Howe works it near the goal line. His cross going to be knocked high in the air, goes sailing along the goal line. That's a header. They'll keep it in play to the near sideline. Kalen Howe trying to get a foot on that ball. He'll get it to the near corner. His cross goes inside the box. Ricochets to the top of the box. Off the foot now, Kalen Howe knocked high in the air, goes sailing back to the far side of the field near that 30-yard line. Leaping header by the Hawks, Kurt Kaufman. He'll get back to it to the far side of the field. He's double-teamed. Kaufman has it knocked away from him. Goes to the far sideline. And ball sails across the midfield line. Corralled defensively by Micah Coons. Coons' kick goes down to the far side of the field, and Hiland trying to control it over to Reese Mullet. Mullet will knock it back to the far end. Controlling the kick now. It was to the Hawks and Zeke Boddicker. Boddicker works it inside the midfield circle, and Corbin Miller going after the ball. Knocked away from him and controlled here by the kick on the near side. Gets over to the Hawks high on the right. Getting after that ball is going to be Zach Mullet. His kick deflected inside that box. A couple bounces now on the right wing. Working it. Here's the kick. In front of the net, knocked away, however, near the top of the box. And it'll be Minford who will knock it away out of there. The Falcons back near that midfield circle. Corralled by the Falcons, goes off the leg of Miles Montgomery. He'll knock it back near that midfield circle area. Knocked back into the Minford offensive end. Ball rolls near the goal line. Chased down by Micah Coons defensively. He'll knock it across the touch. So Minford now will have it on their offensive side. They'll throw it in. It'll be about 5 yards away from that far side corner on the Minford offensive end. Trotting over there for the Falcons, that is going to be the junior midfielder, Adam Crank. Crank will get the running start. Starts at it, and now lobs it in. There's a header, goes high in the air off of Kurt Coffin, bounces it to the far sideline. Crank will get to it. Intercepted instead, however, by the Hawks and Reese Mullet. Mullet centering pass. Corralled here on the kick by Corbin Miller. Miller's pass goes near side. Chased down now by Kalen Howe at midfield at the 50-yard line. Howe leads a pass into the Highland offensive end. Chased down now by Zach Mullet to that near side corner. Mullet's lob kick will bounce to the opposite side of the field. And near that far sideline finally goes across that touch. And it will be a throw-in for Minford. Scott Boddicker talked about, of course, a very nice field here, but it is a football stadium. That means it's a little bit narrow than the typical high school soccer field. And that's something Highland, of course, have had to adjust even going back to their district tournament games, but prefer that wider field, as many soccer teams do that play at a high level. And will be if Highland will have this throw. And the ball lobbed in, back to that far sideline. It'll be corralled on the far end by Reese Mullet. He'll try to turn the corner, but lost it, goes across that touch. And now Minford's going to have this throw. 36-35 and counting, first half, no score in boys Division III regional semifinal soccer from Grove City. Ball lobbed in by the Falcons, bounces it near that 40-yard line on the Minford defensive end. Ball knocked into the offensive side for the Falcons. Trying to chase that ball down. Ball kicked back to the far side corner. Chased down by Micah Coons defensively near the goal line. Knocked away from him. There's the steal. Minford has it. There's that kick. Goes backwards near that 20-yard line. Bounces it near the 30. Chasing it back down, Kalen Howe. His kick going to be cut off again by the Falcons. That kick goes off to the Falcons' Gavin Downey. That ball sent that to the far sideline. Rolls across the touch. Then I'll be off of Minford. And Highland's going to have this throw. No score so far. A little over 4 minutes into this contest. Ball sent high on the kick by Micah Coons, who lobs it in the air. There's a header by the Falcons back to the far sideline. Chased down by Zach Mullet. Reese Mullet gets a foot on the ball. Zach Mullet back to Reese Mullet. Right at midfield. Reese Mullet will work it into the Highland offensive end. Mullet's kick near the 30-yard line. Rolls it back to Zach Mullet on the 10-yard line. Lobs his kick inside the box. Knocked back down. Deflected inside the box area. In the penalty area, the kick off the side of the goalpost ricochets away. That ball knocked high in the air. The kick by Corbin Miller goes sailing just over the goalpost. Strong kick by the Hawks. Inside the box, hit that right side goalpost. And deflected high in the way. And Highland not able to quite cash in, but good opportunity for the Hawks. That'll be their first shot on goal. And it will be a goal kick for Minford. They're first. Sent away on the kick. Low line kick, bounced down at the 30-yard line, knocked down. Kalen Howe going after the ball. He's pushed, and it'll be a direct kick for the Hawks. This will be their first direct kick of this first half. Placed that ball on the Highland offensive end right at that 30-yard line. And Highland will line this kick up. Here's the short kick. Goes over to the direction of Trevor Hostetler. Hostetler works it near the goal line. Hostetler's kick inside the box. It'll be deflected near the top of the box area. Corbin Miller will get to it. Miller will race his kick and knock it backwards there on the kick over to Carlos Taparia. Deflected back to the far sideline, back to Corbin Miller. Miller tries to control it, but knocked across that touchline by Minford. The win for the Hawks. Ball lobbed in. Knocked down on the header off the foot of Corbin Miller. He'll control it near the 20-yard line. Highland has it on their offensive side. Ball rolls to the middle of the field. Now high on the right side. The pass goes to Trevor Hostetler. Back on the right wing. Chased back down by Kalen Howe. Howe has it to the near side corner. Lobs his kick. Near the net. The ceiling. Lob kick. Bounces wide left in just over the goalpost. Nice lob kick opportunity, but a bit too high on that kick. Charging after it was Reese Mullet to try to go for the cross, but instead it'll be a goal kick for Minford. Their second goal kick now in the first half. Ball set away, lob high in the air, just sailing across the midfield line. Header by Micah Coons, who is bouncing across the touch. Minford is going to have this throw right at midfield. And trotting over there with the throw is going to be Adam Crank. Crank lobs it in. Going to be a header by Coons. That'll go across the touch. And it'll be right around that 20-yard line on the Minford offensive side. So once again, Crank will throw this ball in for the Falcons. No score so far. Minford has it on their offensive side. Ball thrown in. That'll be a header. Goes off of Zane Miller. He now corralled by the Hawks and working it near that midfield 35-yard line is Reese Mullet. Deflected away. And Minford has it. Centering pass knocked back the other direction. Off the Hawks back near that midfield line. Nice kick by the Highland defender. And drew nicely back to that midfield circle. Now whistle being blown. It'll be a direct kick for the Falcons right near that 37-yard line on the Minford defensive end. Their first direct kick of this first half. Kick will be sent away by Luke Rader into the Minford offensive side near that 30-yard line. They'll work it to the near end of the field. Here's the kick to the near sideline. Working it against Hostether is Minford's Miles Montgomery. Near the goal line, knocked away by Hostether. That'll roll across the touch. Couldn't quite connect it with Kalen Howe, so a throw in instead here for the Minford Falcons. New score 32-10 and counting first half from Grove City. And the throw in again for junior midfielder Adam Crank. Crank will lob it in. Inside the box, leaping header by Montgomery. Header again in front of the net, takes a bounce. Header again by Hostether. Near the goal line, knocked high in the air by Crank. Inside the box, now rolls near the top of the box. And the ball rolls near the goal line. It goes rolling across the goal line, and Minford can't quite control it on that kick, and instead it'll be a goal kick now for the Hawks. So for Hiland, this will be their first goal kick of this first after the ball went off the foot of Zane Miller. First goal kick for the Hawks. 2 so far for Minford. No score. Ball lobbed away by goalkeeper in Wyatt Freeman. Near the 30-yard line, intercepted by Minford near the top of the box. Ball inside the box area. Crank trying to control it. That kick deflected. Rolls wide left. And getting in closer. That ball knocked away near the left wing of that penalty box. And chased back down after it went off the foot of Ethan Cordell. Chased back down to that near side corner. Knocked away across the touchline. And then it'll be off of Hiland. And Kalen Howell who knocked that away. Throw in now for the Falcons. And once again, the designated thrower is going to be Adam Crank, as he has been so far in this first half. Those in the quarter, back to Crank. Crank's kick near the top of the box. Knocked back down and deflected away. And kick sent away back near that midfield line. Reese Millett who got to it. Millett will work it quickly across the midfield line. Millett down the far sideline. Ball knocked away from him and sent back to the direction by the Falcons. Couple bounces. Header by Micah Coons inside the midfield circle. Off the foot now, where it's going to be raced down on the kick to the near side of the field by the Hawks. And that kick goes over to Kalen Howe. His centering pass rolls inside the box and scooped up by goalkeeper Levi Correll. Reese Millett was charging hard after that pass inside the box. But instead of him getting to it, it was Correll who got to it first, still punted away. Had Millett gotten to it, he would have had a wide open shot. So good play by Correll to scoop that ball up. High punt, but short punt knocked down near the 20-yard line. Hiland has it again. Here's Kalen Howe inside the box. Knocked away from him. It goes across the goal line. And then it'll be off of Minford that time and defender Dylan Brooks. Highland's going to have their first corner kick of the first half. So it'll be Kalen Howe for the Hawks for that near side of the field. Leads the team in scoring. He has 20 goals on the year. The ball lobbed high in the air near the top of the box. Header right back to Kalen Howe. Howe's kick lobs in traffic, inside the box again. Zeke Boddicker has it knocked away from him near that 25-yard line. Taparia has it. He'll lob it now. Does his kick now to the left wing of that penalty box. And trying to get in there, Zach Millett has it knocked away. Good play by the defender for Minford back near that midfield line. They'll knock it back near that 50-yard line. Ball rolls into the Minford offensive side. Trying to chase it down for Minford was Zane Miller, and knocked away by Micah Coons. And a throw-in now for the Falcons. Under 30 minutes to play. We're in the first half. Boys Division III Regional Semifinal Soccer from Grove City. And it's a scoreless contest. And that ball kicked back to the far side. Zane Miller again with that kick. Races it to that far side corner. Trying to control it. Lobs his kick. Goes inside the box. Knocked off the foot of Zeke Boddicker. Leaping header. And back to the far end. It goes over to Reese Millett. Millett's kick. Knocked up in the air on the kick by Drew Nicely. Knocked back down. Chased back down by Kalen Howe, who had it stolen away by Crank back near that 50-yard line. Off the foot now of Luke Rader. Here's a knocked back to the near sideline. Off the foot of Trevor Hostether. Knocks it back to the 50-yard line. Knocked high in the air this time by Dylan Brooks for Minford across that touch. And now Hiland's going to have this throw. This game is being video live streamed courtesy of Claxon Communications, Casey Claxon, and Lydia Brady, providing full video tonight on the WKLM YouTube page, so you can check that out. Of course, we're also on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. Dakota Patterson and also Brandon Mitcher providing the audio tonight as well on the radio side of things. Ball knocked across the touch. It'll be a throw-in for Minford. They'll have it about midway into their offensive end on the nearer side of the field. Adam Crank, of course, once again will throw it in for the Falcons. No score, 28 minutes to play in the first half. That ball throw in, knocked off the foot of Trevor Hostether. Takes a bounce, now corralled by Zeke Boddicker, knocks his pass to the far side. That's Reese Mullet. Mullet corrals it near that 30-yard line. Mullet's pass going to be off the foot of Taparia. Back in midfield, back to Reese Mullet. Mullet back into the offensive end on that far side of the field. He'll control it again near the 20-yard line. Mullet still with it near the 10-yard line. Works it to the far side corner. Mullet trying to control it still. And near the goal line, backs it up, now stolen away. Good defender play as he's double-teamed, and Minford will have it down the far sideline. Boddicker stepped in front of the defender, finally gets tripped up, and it's going to be across that touch. And see, it'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Carlos Taparia will throw it in. Midway into their offensive end on the far side of the field. Throw in goes off the head of Boddicker, takes a bounce off the 10-yard line. And at the foot of Taparia, he'll tap it near the top of the box. Off of the kick, now the near side. She's down near that 20-yard line. Knocked away, however, about the foot of defender Dylan Brooks near midfield. Corralled by Trevor Hostether for the Hawks. On the near sideline, his pass goes to Kalen Howe. His lob kick near the top of the box, knocked down on that right wing. Strong kick by Zach Mullet as he turns the corner, goes strongly across the goal line. So Zach Mullet just inside the box, a little spin move there, and he hit it on a line shot wide right. But there will be a wide right indeed, and the third goal kick for Minford comes in this first half. You can see what Scott Boddicker was talking, though, about this Hiland. A little different style. They like to really pass the ball. An emphasis on passing for Minford. They utilize their athleticism and speed, trying to get through the top guys. They get into the opposite, into their offensive end. That's the way it's been so far in this first half. That ball goes near side. For Minford offensively, whistle's going to be blown. Offsides is going to be the call against the Falcons. Indirect kick for Hiland goes the other way. Their first indirect kick of the first half. Winner moves on to the regional championship this Saturday with the site and time to be determined. He'll be against either third-ranked Grandview Heights or Millersburg this Saturday. Ball played across the midfield line. Here's Kalen Howe for the Hawks near that 25-yard line. Knocked away from him by Crank. And get a pass over to Luke Rader at midfield. Rader's centering pass goes to the 40-yard line. That'll be corralled on the kick by Zane Miller. Miller's kick knocked back down by Hostether. He'll pound it back inside the midfield circle. It'll be corralled now that time by Reese Mullet. His pass goes to Zach Mullet, now high on the left side. Works it back to the 20-yard line. Zach Mullet near the 10-yard line. Now to the left wing of the penalty box. Lines his shot near the net. Diving stop off the hands of Levi Corral. Second effort going to be knocked to the back of the net. Hiland's going to get this goal. Reese Mullet with the initial kick. Kalen Howe will knock it in, and Hiland will take the 1-0 lead. That all started again, Reese Mullet with that nice hard shot. That forced Corral to make a great keeper save. He had to dive to knock it down. But to give Kalen Howe credit, at the right place at the right time, off of that ricochet, he was right there with the goalie out of position, and he'll knock it in for Kalen Howe, who gets his 21st goal of the year. Hiland now a 1-0 lead. So Howe will allow Hiland to strike first. That's their second, make that 3 shots on goal so far in the first half. And the one keeper save, and Hiland up 1-0 in this regional semifinal game. Always important to get that first goal across the board, especially at this level, and Hiland able to do that as play will resume. 1-0 Hiland. Ball plays back near that midfield circle. He goes off the foot now of Corbin Miller. Centering pass, Corral now into the offensive end. To Zach Mullet on the right wing. It goes to Kalen Howe. His shot goes sailing just over the goalpost. Ricochets off the crossbar, the upright, I should say, here at the football stadium. And that will be a goal kick now for Minford the other way. So it will be the 4th goal kick for them here in this first half. Both teams have had it on their offensive end, but Hiland certainly has been a little more on their offensive side. So they have played a little more offensive so far in this first half of play, and they do have the lead to show for it, up 1-0. Long kick near midfield, knocked down. That kick goes to the far side, goes off of Kurt Coppin to the far end. And chased down defensively. Knocked back near that 15-yard line, intercepted again by Zeke Boddicker. His kick near the top of the box, knocked the other way by Minford back near midfield. It'll be corralled on the near side of the line, and off the foot now on the lob kick by Hostether. Ricochets back near that 25-yard line. And chased down on the far end, goes off the leg of Reese Mullet. And ball rolls near that midfield line area. Corralled by Carlos Taparia. Just spin away. Carlos Taparia will have it knocked away across that touch. Be off of the Minford Falcons and Zane Miller. And Hiland's going to have this throw. Lobbed in far side, goes off the Leg again of Reese Bullitt, centering pass, corralled by Carbon Miller for Hiland. Miller's pass goes high on the right side over to Kalen Howe. Give and go. And his pass to Zach Bullitt back to Kalen Howe. Sliding kick by Howe. In front of the net, going to be a leaping header. Goes over the goalpost by Zach Bullitt. And it'll be a goal kick for Minford. Nice play again for the Hawks. On that header, just a bit too high. And a goal kick for the Minford Falcons. Hiland has been on the attack. In this first half, they have a 1-0 lead. 23 minutes to play in the first half. Ball goes sailing away across the midfield line. Rolls inside the midfield circle. Host others there to get to it. His pass goes to the far side of the field to Carlos Taparia. Inside the circle, past Kurt Coppin. At midfield, now corralled by Trevor Hostother. His pass goes near sideline. Corralled again by Kalen Howe. Howe with it near the 30-yard line. Controls it. He now rolls across that touch. Throw in for the Falcons. Throwing in near midfield. And going to be off the leg of Zane Miller. Tries to keep it in play. Can't quite do so. It goes across the touch. 1-0 Hiland. The 21st goal of the year for Kalen Howe. Has given the Hawks a 1-0 lead. As play back near that 40-yard line on the Hiland defensive end. Kurt Coppin's pass goes near side to Trevor Hostother. He'll lob it across the midfield line. And he'll connect with his teammate. And then it's going to be Zach Mullet who'll race inside the box. Mullet with that cross inside the box and be knocked away. Had a chance to maybe take a shot at it. Passed it instead. Tried to get that to Reese Mullet. Mullet now has it near the top of the box. In traffic. Mullet has it knocked away from off the foot of Corbin Miller. Miller's kick knocked back to him. Another second effort by Miller. He hit off the right side goalpost. The ricochets back to the near side corner. Strong kick by Corbin Miller, but off that right side goalpost. That ball finally deflected across the touch off of the Hawks. And a throw in for Minford. So Hiland, their 5th shot on goal in this first half. But again, hit that right goalpost. Minford has it, down 1-0. 21.5 to play in the first half. Hawks steal it away past the Kalen Howe, centering pass by Howe near the top of the box. Tries to connect with Reese Bullitt, knocked away instead off the Minford to that far side as that goes rolling across that touch. And Hiland's going to have this throw right near that 20-yard line on the Hiland offensive end. 1-0 Hiland in Boys Division III Regional Semifinal Soccer action from Grove City. Checking in for the Hawks is going to be Elliot Yoder. He will have this throw, the senior. Lobs it in the air. Inside the box, there's a header, knocked high in the air. Header again, bounces it wide left and across the goal line. It'll be off of Hiland. So now a goal kick for Minford will be their 6th goal kick of this first half. Again, Hiland has really cranked up the offensive pressure as this first half has wore on. Now nearing that midway point of the first half. Minford now up to their 6th goal kick. Just one so far by comparison for Hiland. 1-0 Hiland lead. Ball sent away on the kick, goes sailing back near the midfield line. There's the header by Kurt Coppin. Knocks it back into the far end, off the foot of Carlos Taparia. That'll be knocked across the touchline off of Taparia, and a throw-in now for the Falcons. And Adam Crank again will do the honors for Minford, trailing 1-0. 10 yards into their offensive end. Thrown in. Leaping header goes off of Miles Montgomery. And that kick rolls back to the far side corner. And finally goes across the goal line. It'll be off of Minford. Couldn't quite keep it in play, and it'll be a goal kick for Hiland. Now their 2nd goal kick of this first half. Just under 20 minutes to play in the first half. 1-0 Hiland lead. Ball kicked away by goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman. Near side across the touch. Going to be a throw-in for who? It'll be a throw-in, it looks like, for Minford. They'll have it as Crank will get this ball here at midfield right at that 50-yard line. Crank lobs it in, near side. There's a header by Drew Nicely back near that 40-yard line. Knocked back down, goes off the leg of the Minford Falcons across that touch. Actually, it's off of Zach Mullet instead. Throw in for Adam Crank. He'll lob it near the 20-yard line. Takes a bounce left wing over the head of Miles Montgomery. He'll get off of his foot as it rolls across that goal line, trying to turn the corner on Hostother. Couldn't quite do it, so it'll be a goal kick for Hiland. Hiland will now have their 3rd goal kick of this first half. So Minford has had it on their offensive end a number of times in this first half, but have not really gotten a chance to get a shot on goal so far. Ball sent away in the kick by Wyatt Freeman again, near that 35-yard line, knocked back down off the foot of Kurt Coppin. There's the kick inside the box. to the far side. Zane Miller gets a foot on that ball, knocks it back near that 25-yard line. It'll be tracked back down by Ethan Cordell. Whistle going to be blown. Offsides against Minford. Hiland will have their second indirect kick of the first half. 18-20 and counting, first half of action, 1-0 Hiland lead. Drew Knisley's low grounding kick goes to Corbin Miller near that 35-yard line, stolen away. Long kick goes sailing there, and that goes sailing just over the goalpost. A long, strong kick that time from that 25-yard line. Good, strong kick off the foot of Luke Rader, but it will be a bit too high, and it'll be a goal kick the other way for Hiland, their fourth. That first shot on goal for Minford here in this first half. Ball rolls near that midfield line. You get to the foot of the ball, Elliott Yoder works it back near that midfield line. His pass goes to Zach Millett. Millett will race it into the Hiland offensive end near that 25-yard line. Millett near the 10-yard line, works it inside the box, double team. His kick to Elliott Yoder, going to be knocked away. Millett with a strong kick goes wide left in across the goal line. Millett got another foot on the ball, saw a little bit of daylight, and a line shot by him off of his foot just goes a bit wide left. And it will be a goal kick the other way for Minford, their seventh of the first half. 1-0 Hiland lead. Ball sit away on the kick, goes sailing inside the midfield circle. Once again, this game being video live stream courtesy of Claxon Communications. Casey Claxon, Lydia Brady providing the video live stream today on the WKLM YouTube page. If you search for that, you can find the video of tonight's broadcast. Of course, we're also on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. Dakota Patterson and Brandon Benter back at WKLM Sports Central. Minford has it on their offensive end. Working inside the box. Here's the kick by Montgomery near the net. Going to be grabbed by goalkeeper in Wyatt Freeman. Hit his leg, went down to his knee, and knocked it down with his leg first, and he'll scoop it back up. Second shot on goal by Minford this first half. The first keeper save by Wyatt Freeman, and he'll now punt it away. It's a good shot on goal by the Falcons, but it's still a 1-0 Hiland advantage. Minford back on the offensive end. Montgomery's kick ricochets to the far sideline. The Carlos Taparia. Taparia has it. Chases it back down near that 35-yard line. Gets it over to Elliott Yoder. Yoder battling for the ball. Takes it across midfield. Goes past Crank with this pass. Now to Corbin Miller. Miller passes it near side. Kalen Howe near that 20-yard line for the Hiland on the offensive end, near that right wing. Howe looking for a cross. He does so. Near the net, deflected off the Levi Correll's hands and finally knocked away by the defender and Dylan Brooks. Good shot that time by Kalen Howe. Again, hit it off the hands of Correll. Couldn't quite corral it. And knocked away by Brooks. And Hiland's going to have a corner kick, their second of the first half. That kicks it away inside the box. Knocked away across that goal line. It'll be off of Minford once again. And Hiland's going to have another corner kick, their third now of this first half. Kalen Howe with the kick. Lobs it. Light kick in front of the net. Batted away by leaping goalkeeper Levi Correll. Gets it over back to Kalen Howe to that near side corner. Tries to keep it in play. He does so, but now knocked away by Minford near that 30-yard line. Goes to Montgomery. Sliding kick by Kurt Coppin. Some contact, and there's a whistle. And it looks like going to be a direct kick for Hiland. Called Montgomery with the shove. Hiland has her second direct kick. Ball lobbed away by Knisley to the top of the box. Knocked high in the air. Leaping header. Going to be off the leg now of Kalen Howe. Now controlled on the kick near side by Brooks. Intercepted by Trevor Hostether for Hiland. Hostether to that near side corner. Works it inside the box. His kick near the top of the box off the chest of Corbin Miller. Knocked back down. And knocked back the other way by defender Dylan Brooks. Corralled again by Hostether for Hiland near that 25-yard line. And battling for the ball is Luke Rader. Stolen away now by Kalen Howe. Stolen back away again by Crank, but it'll be a shove called against Adam Crank. Direct kick for Hiland will be their third of this first half. Placed that ball just outside of the box on that right wing area. Trevor Hostether is going to have this kick. 14-20 and counting first half, 1-0 Hiland. Trevor Hostether near that 16-yard line or so. Just outside of the right wing in that penalty box. Hostether lobs his kick. Inside the box, header by Brooks near side back to Hostether. Hostether controls it. Looking for a cross, does so in front of the net, knocked back down, and knocked away by Minford back to that far side of the field. Good job by their defender to that far end across the touch, and there'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. 1-0 Hiland advantage. Winner moves on to the regional championship this Saturday. Site and time to be determined against either third-ranked Grandview Heights or Wheelersburg. In that game on Saturday, And Zach Mullet will have this throw for the Hawks on their offensive end near that, just inside the 5-yard line. Lobs it inside the box. Header knocked back down to the far sideline, back to Mullet. Centering pass goes to Corbin Miller, now knocked away back near that midfield circle. Knocked back down off of Coons. Now controlling it, it'll be Minford. Inside the circle, Zane Miller. Miller works it. Gets his pass off, lobs it high in the air, takes the bounce. Drew nicely there to meet it defensively. He'll knock it back the other way. Inside the circle, knocked back down by Zane Miller. Controls it back to the far side of the field. Miller rolls it across the midfield line. Gets it back on that far sideline. Cut off, however, by the Hawks. Sent back the other direction by Micah Coons. It'll bounce across that touch. And a throw in here for the Falcons. Again, Adam Crank will do the honors right at that 50-yard line. 12:45 to play. First half, 1-0 Highland. Ball thrown in to be cut off by the Hawks. On the kick at midfield goes off the leg of the Highland Hawks player in Olin Troyer, the freshman who's in now. And goes back near that 40-yard line on the Minford defensive end. Battling for the ball, Caparia gets to it. Gets his pass over to Zach Mullet back to the far side. Hawks with it near that 25-yard line. Centering pass will be controlled by Howell. Pass goes to the near end of the field. She's down again by the Hawks this time in Matthew Yoder, the senior. Tracks it down, pass behind him to Trevor Hostether. Knocked across the touch. And it will be a throw-in for Minford now, about their 25-yard line on their defensive end. Under 12 minutes to play, first half, 1-0 Highland. Ball thrown at midfield off the leg of Luke Rader. Tries to control it into the offensive end. He does so to the 25-yard line. Cut off again by Drew Nisley, who knocks it back to the far side. And Olin Troyer trying to get a foot on that ball, battling for it. Gets his pass off to Taparia. Taparia works it across the midfield line for the Hawks. His pass goes to Zach Mullet. And deflected across the touchline by the Falcons on their defensive end. Highland's going to have this throw. Good job stepping in front of that ball for Jacob Lewis for the Falcons. Highland will throw it in about that 15-yard line on their offensive end. Zach Mullet to do the honors for the Hawks, up 1-0. Mullet lobs it in the air near the box. Leaping header knocked down by Lewis. Chase back down for Kurt Kaufman. His pass near the 35-yard line. Behind him goes to Hostether. He'll lead his pass to Matthew Yoder now high on the right side. Yoder has it knocked away from him across that touch. And that's going to be off of Minford's Gavin Downey. Throw in for Highland. On the near side of the field, near that 10-yard line on their offensive end, Trevor Hostether to do the honors now for the Hawks. Hostether wings the pass inside the box. Over the head on a header by Yoder. Takes a bounce back to Hostether off the foot of Luke Rader. He gets his pass off to his teammate, who works it back to the midfield line. Intercepted by Drew Nicely, who pounds it high in the air near the top of the box. Header knocked down by Reese Mullet. And some contact there. They'll call the foul on Reese Mullet going after that ball. And it'll be the second direct kick for Minford in this first half. Place that ball about the 22-yard line on the Minford defensive end. 10:15 to play. First half, 1-0 Highland lead. The lone goal scored by Kalen Howe at the 25-21 mark of the first half, his 21st goal of the season. And that does lead the team. Ball thrown in near side at midfield to Matthew Yoder. Centering pass goes inside the circle. Over to Olin Troyer. Lobs it back near that 30-yard line. To Reese Mullet, back to Olin Troyer. Now stolen away by the Falcons near midfield. That kick by Montgomery. Rolls it near that 30-yard line. Intercepted by Carlos Taparia. Taparia has it near that 50-yard line area. Rolls this pass into the Highland offensive end. And knocked back the other way. Goes sailing across the midfield line. Leaping header by Micah Coons back to Taparia. Rolls inside the midfield circle. Chased down now by the Hawks. That pass into the offensive end. Going to be tracked back down on the defensive end now for the Falcons. Going after the ball, going to be Dylan Brooks. And knocked off the foot now of Zach Mullet trying to charge after it. Then it'll be across the touch off of him. Brooks allowing it to go across the touch initially. But instead, it's going to be some contact by him. Going to call a foul on Zach Mullet. Third direct kick now for Minford of the first half. Placed that ball about the Minford 5-yard line on their defensive end. Ball sent away on the kick by Rader. Back near that midfield line. Corral now for the Hawks. Zach Mullet tries to get a foot on it. Knocked away from him near the 50-yard line by Brooks. And now Minford has it offensively. But stolen back away by Kurt Coppin. Good steal on his pass to Taparia. Now to Matthew Yoder. Rolls across that touch. And it'll be a throw-in for who? Throw-in again for the Hawks. About 10 yards into their offensive end. 8.5 to play in the first half, 1-0 Highland. Matthew Yoder looking. Actually, he'll give way to his teammate Trevor Hostether, who's going to throw it in instead. Short throw goes to Kurt Coppin. Highland has it offensively. Centering pass by Coppin. Controlled by Olin Troyer. His pass near the top of the box to Zeke Boddicker. Cut off by Brooks. Rolls it back to across the touchline to the far side. And it'll be a throw in for the Hawks now. Trotting over there will be Zach Mullet for Highland. He'll throw it in about that 10-yard line on the Highland offensive end. 1-0 Hawks. Boys Division III Regional Semifinal Soccer from Grove City. Leisure Field, the football stadium over here at Grove City. Ball lobbed in inside the box. Over the head of Reese Bullitt in traffic. And deflected near the top of the box. And going to be knocked back down by Kurt Coppin. Coppin, his kick deflected inside the box area. Header again by Minford to the near sideline. And corral on the kick by Luke Rader. Off the foot of Olin Troyer. Troyer spins around. Pass behind him goes to Trevor Hostether. Hostether lobs his kick inside the box. Takes a bounce. He's going to be right past the goalkeeper, Levi Corral, but goes wide right and across the goal line. Charge it in on that play was Reese Mullet for the Hawks. Couldn't quite connect as it goes bouncing across the goal line. And it'll be a goal kick for Minford, their 8th goal kick of this first half. Kick by Luke Rader as he'll sail it high in the air. Goes sailing near the midfield line right to the far side of the field. Kirk Coppin heads it and now finally knocked across that touch. That'll be off of Miles Montgomery. Throw in by Taparia. Short throw goes to Kurt Kaufman. Back to Taparia. His kick down the far sideline. Knocked back down. Goes off the chest of Reese Mullet. His pass now to Olin Troyer. Knocks it backwards defensively over to Drew Nicely for the Hawks. Nicely works his pass near sideline. The Trevor Hostether. Highland again working some passes once again. Over to Zeke Boddicker near the midfield. Boddicker sliding kick goes inside the midfield circle. He'll find Carlos Taparia. Taparia will race it inside the circle. Now backs it up. Pass goes backwards down to Coons. He'll lob his kick back into the Highland offensive end. Nice pass goes to Olin Troyer. Knocked away from him back to the far sideline. As it'll be off the leg of Minford's Jacob Lewis. And a throw in now for the Hawks. Nearing the 6-minute mark of this first half, it's a 1-0 Highland lead. Again, this game being video live stream courtesy of the Claxon Communication team of Casey Claxon and Lydia Brady. Search for the WKLM YouTube page. You can find full video of this game tonight. And, of course, also on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. And back at WKLM Sports Central, Brandon Benter in Dakota Patterson. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons, it looks like, on their defensive end. Near that 10-yard line. Ball thrown in. Near the midfield line, ricochets near side, battling for that ball. Stolen away now for the Hawks. Reese Mullen had it, now knocked away by Adam Craik across the touch. Highland's going to have this throw near that 30-yard line. Taparia lobs it in, goes to the Hawks that time, and Olin Troyer. The freshman gets a centering pass off to Zach Mullet, now high on the right side with it, goes to Hostether near the top of the box now to Zeke Boddicker, knocked away by Luke Rader back near that midfield circle. And to Miles Montgomery. He'll lead his pass into the offensive end. Zane Miller breaks free near the box. Looking for a goal opportunity. Good job stepping in front of him will be Micah Coons. He'll knock it back to the near sideline. Miller was wide open initially. Looked like he might have a chance for a wide open look at it. And a great job by defender Micah Coons to race in front of him before he had a chance to really get a good shot off. And instead knocks it away. So great defender play by Micah Coons. Ball thrown in near the middle portion of the field goes to Luke Rader. Working against Olin Troyer. Rader near that 20-yard line. His pass goes near side. Now high on the left, chase down the near end, goes rolling across the touch. That's off of the Hawks. 4.5 to play first half, a 1-0 Highland advantage. Throw in for Adam Crank. Near that 15-yard line on the Falcons' offensive end. Lobs it inside the box. Leaping header by Nicely. Takes a bounce over to Matthew Yoder. Yoder near the 25-yard line, out to the 30. Centering pass goes near the midfield circles. Highland knocks it away and gets it out of there. Now into their offensive end to Reese Mullen. Mullen will race it into the Highland offensive end to the far side of the field. Near the 10-yard line, and it'll be knocked away across that touch. And it'll be again off of a defender in Jacob Lewis. Throw in for Highland. 3:45 and counting first half, and Highland has the 1-0 lead off the goal scored by Kalen Howe at that 25-21 mark. And Hal is team leading 21st goal of the year. Ball thrown in from that far side corner for Hiland on their offensive end. Will be knocked back down near the top of the box. Controlled by Zach Mullen. His pass chased back down on the kick by Kurt Coppin. Goes near side with it to the 20-yard line. The host other. He'll lob his kick inside the box. Header goes bouncing wide to the left. Goes off the head of a charging Zach Mullen. And now across the goal line. There's it was deflected in the process by Minford. So it will indeed be a corner kick for Hiland from that far end of the field. Their fourth of the first half. Here's the kick by Kalen Howe. Sails it inside the box, knocked away. Top of the box to Corbin Miller. His kick deflected over to Olin Troyer. Troyer gets a foot on it again to the right wing. He'll chase it back down on the pass to the near sideline, the Trevor Hostother. Now goes knocked across that touchline. A little extra shove at the end off the leg of Dylan Brooks. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Trevor Hostother from that near side, about 10 yards away from that near side flag. Hostother lobs it inside the box. Header knocked down over to Zach Mullen. Mullen, his kick knocked back down right to him in front of that wall. Now he'll slip up inside that box. Header by Elliott Yoder, knocked back down to the top of the box again. Yoder in traffic, finally knocked away back near that midfield line. Chased down by Carlos Taparia. He'll get it for the Hawks. It's a pass off to Elliott Yoder near the 25-yard line. Yoder near the 15 to the 10. Yoder now to the far side corner. Has it offensively. Stolen away from him. Good steal that time by the defender and Jacob Lewis. Knocked back down near that 25-yard line, battling for that ball. And now chased down again by Reese Mullen, knocked away. And finally a whistle is going to be blown. Getting called for the high kick that time. The knee is going to be Minford. Hiland's going to have a direct kick, their fourth of the first half. Placed that ball right around that 30-yard line on the Hiland offensive side. With a minute and a half to play in this first half, Hiland is up 1-0. Right at that 25-yard line for the Hawks on this direct kick for Drew Nisley. Lobs it inside the box, sailing near the net. Leaping grab by goalkeeper Levi Corral. He went right for it, right for the net, and Corral there to corral it. His fourth keeper save, he'll punt it away inside the midfield circle. Leaping header by Kurt Coppin takes a bounce. Knocked back the other direction by Luke Rader into the offensive end. Chasing that ball down is Miles Montgomery. Working against Micah Coons. Coons steps in front of him. Montgomery, double team. Coons again gets the foot on that ball near the goal line. Rolls across the goal line off of Micah Coons. And a corner kick now for Minford, their first of the first half. 45 seconds to go in the first half. So a corner kick for Montgomery from that far end. Lobs it high in the air inside the box. Leaping header knocked down. And chased down to the near sideline. Off the foot of Hostother, knocked away by Kurt Coppin. 25 seconds to play in the half. Chased down on the kick off the leg of Luke Rader. Ricochets near side. Off the foot now of Hiland's Corbin Miller. He'll roll his pass near midfield to Elliott Yoder. 15 seconds to go in the half. Deflected across the touchline off of Elliott Yoder. Throw in now for the Falcons. To throw it in will be Sam Tiemann with just 7 seconds to go in this half. And a long throw will allow time to expire at the end of this first half of play. Halftime score in boys Division III regional semifinal soccer from Grove City. It's Hiland 1 and Minford 0. Back around to recap the first half for you after this on WKLM.
At Village Motors, we take great pride in our product, and we have 2 new models in stock that we're very excited about. Hi, this is Deke Miller, and the full-size Ford Bronco has finally arrived. It is built Ford tough, and it just screams Bronco when you look at it. The Jeep Wrangler will now have a great competitor for years to come. It is the real deal, and you need to see it and drive it for yourself. Also, the Grand Cherokee Extended Length L model has arrived. The first third-seat option for the Grand Cherokee, it combines luxury and off-road capability with the ability to carry 7 passengers. Stop out soon to see the Bronco and the Grand Cherokee L at Village Motors in Millersburg.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's insurance agent, Hobron's Insurance Service, 170 South Clay Street in Millersburg. Call 1-800-340-3767.
If you're in need of a trusted commercial refrigeration expert, look no further than MRE Services in Baltic. Servicing Holmes, Wayne, Tuscarawas, and the surrounding area, MRE Services is a trusted source in the heating, cooling, refrigeration, and electrical contracting industries, and they provide 24-hour services to the area. MRE Services is your one-stop shop for contracting needs, both commercial and residential. Call for a quote today at 330-897-4869.
MRE, heating, cooling, and electrical.
When it comes to service of your farm equipment, your one-stop shop should be at Buckeye Farm and Garden. In their full-service garage, they can work on any construction tractor, farm equipment, or fleet service. And check out their shop for their selection of construction and farm equipment to rental equipment. Buckeye Farm and Garden will try to get you what you need to get the job done. Whether it's farm equipment, parts, or service, stop by Buckeye Farm and Garden, located off State Route 39 between Millersburg and Berlin. Check them out at BuckeyeFarmandGarden.com or call 674-0456. Buckeye Farm and Garden, your farm equipment connection.
Are you looking for a new career? This is Adam Great from the Commercial and Savings Bank. Did you know that CSB has won the North Coast 99 Award 5 years in a row? We are proud to be recognized by ERC as one of Northeast Ohio's great workplaces for top talent. Being part of the CSB family has been a great experience for me, and I feel blessed to start my career here. Come see what makes us a great workplace and learn how you can join our team. For our current openings, visit our careers page at csb1.com. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity employer.
If you're looking for a fresh approach to pet nutrition, then it's time to go with Exclusive at TMK Farm Service. Every Exclusive formula is created with purposeful nutrition in mind and high-quality ingredients that are good for pets. How's Exclusive different, you ask? Well, from exploring new and innovative ways to enrich the lives of pets, thorough research, quality assured and balanced nutrition, you can see why it's the perfect meal for your pet. Get Exclusive at TMK Farm Service with 3 locations to serve you: Berlin, Sugar Creek, and New Bedford.
This is Jim Smucker, president of Keim in Charm, Ohio. You'll find Keim Home Center located on 50 acres in the rolling hills of Holmes County. Do you have a home building or woodworking project in mind? If so, Keim has an unmatched selection of items available for you. At Keim, our team of experts is committed to caring for your project like we care for our own. We offer convenient pickup and delivery options. Visit Keim Home Center or go to keimhome.com to learn more. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
Come to the Kaufman Realty and Auctions Absolute Commercial Real Estate Auction on Monday, November 8th at noon. Looking for a warehouse space or affordable commercial property? This could be your ticket to get situated in a business of your own. The main building is 82 by 78 with several additions, along with 10,000 square feet of commercial buildings. Located at 382 South Mount Anthony Street and 375 Railroad Street in Millersburg. For more information, contact Dave Kaufman at 330-204-6514. That's the Kaufman Realty and Auction Absolute Commercial Real Estate Auction on Monday, November 8th at noon.
Time in boys Division III regional semifinal soccer from Grove City, and it is Hiland who's out on top by a score of 1-0 over the Minford Falcons. The lone goal in the first half was by Kalen Howe. As for Howe, would come through for the Hawks, of course, the senior forward, with the goal with the 25-21 mark of the first half. It kind of got started offensively by Reese Bullitt on the hard shot near the net and a nice diving stop by goalkeeper Levi Corral for the keeper save, but that got Corral out of position. And of course, getting that diving stop, and there at the right place at the right time was Kalen Howe off the ricochet to knock it to the right corner of that net. And with the tandem of Reese Bullitt and Kalen Howe, the Hawks would take a 1-0 lead. Kalen Howe, a team-leading 21st goal of the year, to give Hiland a 1-0 advantage. It would stay that way the rest of the first half, and Hiland up at halftime by a score of 1-0 over Minford. For Hiland in the first half, 8 shots on goal, 2 for Minford so far. Minford had 4 keeper saves by goalkeeper Levi Corral, and for Hiland goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman, he had 1 keeper save in the first half. Hiland had 4 direct kicks, while Minford had 3, and 2 indirect kicks for Hiland via the offsides call on Minford, none for the Falcons. Also in the first half, Hiland had 4 corner kicks. Minford had 1, and Minford with 8 goal kicks in the first half and 4 goal kicks for Hiland in the first half on their side. Very competitive first half. Hiland definitely outplaying Minford overall in the first half, much more on their offensive end, but Minford had some opportunities. Not a whole lot of shots on goal for them, but a couple of chances they did in that first half, not able to cash in, and Hiland again with the narrow 1-0 lead at the half. Winner of this game move on to the regional championship game. That'll be this Saturday against either third-ranked Grandview Heights or Wheelersburg, and that'll be this Saturday with a site and time to be determined. Those 2 teams are squaring off tonight over at Zane Trace High School for them. Hiland, of course, trying to get back to the regional finals for the first time since 2018. Minford trying to get back to the regional finals for the first time since the 2008 season. Again, this game being video live stream courtesy of Claxon Communications. Lydia Brady, also Casey Claxon, providing full video of tonight's broadcast. Search for the WKLM YouTube page. You can watch full video of tonight's broadcast, and of course, as always, you can listen to it on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. Halftime score in boys Division III regional semifinal soccer from Grove City. It's Hiland 1 and Minford 0. Back with the second half after this on WKLM.
Stop in all this week for these great deals at Rody's IGA Marketplace. Get beef shoulder boneless English roast for $4.79 a pound, pork loin bone-in rib chops for $2.79 a pound, and russet potatoes for $4.99 each. They also have beef loin boneless New York strip steak for $9.99 a pound, beef shoulder boneless English steak for $4.99 a pound, pork loin bone-in country style ribs for $2.79 a pound, and ballpark all meat franks for $3.29. Don't forget to call 674-7075 for meat, cheese, and party platters at Rody's IGA. With tightening budgets and resources, schools face a daunting task these days, providing young people with all they need to equip them for the years ahead. Denko Marketing in Millersburg urges you to support our students and youth in whatever way you can. Whether it's the giving of your time and experience or donating items for use by educators, groups, or clubs, everyone can make a difference. Denko Marketing of Millersburg hopes you're giving back to the young people of today. Denko Marketing of Millersburg, where the business at hand is the business of home.
Many things can cause damage to your vehicle. A deer, another car, or that parking lot pole that came out of nowhere. Regardless, your ride needs to be repaired. And Finish Line Auto Body is the place to go. Finish Line will help pay your insurance deductible. That's right, Finish Line will pay up to $500. You could get your vehicle repaired while paying $0 out of pocket. Call or visit the Finish Line Auto Body Customer Care Center for details. Located on State Route 83, across from Pomerane Hospital in Millersburg.
Beachy's Auto Care and Truck Center continues to offer the convenience of 2 great locations on US 62 in Winesburg and on County Road 201 in Berlin. The Winesburg shop will take care of heavy-duty truck and fleet customers from 7 a.m. to midnight, while the Berlin facility will repair auto and light trucks from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Contact them in Winesburg at 359-5421. Or in Berlin at 674-6970. That's Beachy's Auto Care and Truck Center in Winesburg and Berlin.
Are you tired of wasting money on your home energy bills? Let Home Siding Contractors show you just how affordable replacing your windows can be. Provia has developed a reputation within the vinyl replacement window industry for having the best features and options. The Provia Endure and Aspect windows are as stunningly beautiful as they are energy efficient, and over time will pay for themselves. Call Home Siding Contractors today to set up your free in-home evaluation by calling 888-725-6619.
Home Siding Contractors.
It's never too early to start thinking about Christmas, and at the jewelry store, we are well stocked for your Christmas shopping needs. Hi, this is Sue Spieler, and what could be better this Christmas than a birthstone bracelet that you can find right here in my showroom. With your choice of birthstones, you can add to go along with our matching necklaces and earrings for a great gift this Christmas. What else, you ask? How about our selection of new diamond hoop earrings and stackable fashion rings? Shop early for Christmas at the jewelry store, 97 West Jackson Street in Millersburg.
And just about ready for the start of the second half. And again, I'll remind you once again that the game is being video live streamed courtesy of Claxton Communications. Casey Claxton running the video board tonight, and also working the cameras tonight is Livia Brady. So if you want to watch the video for tonight's broadcast, go to the search for the WKLM YouTube page. You can watch full video of this entire second half coming up. And of course, you can also listen to us on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. And back at WKLM Sports Central, we're controlling things back there. That's Dakota Patterson and also Brandon Bencher. All ready for the start of the second half. And it'll be Minford who have the balls. They'll work it now from left to right offensively in the second half of action. The pass goes to Gavin Downey. Stolen away by Zeke Boddicker. Now to Kurt Coppin, to Corbin Miller inside the midfield circle. His pass across the midfield line now to Kalen Howe. Hiland going right to left offensively in the second half. That pass goes near side of the field. Chased down by Reese Mullet. Mullet gets off his foot at midfield, rolls across the touch, and it'll be deflected off of Minford. So Hiland's going to have this throw at midfield. Carlos Taparia lobs it in to Corbin Miller near that 40-yard line. Miller centering pass inside the circle. Shacked down on the kick now by the Hawks and Kurt Coppin. Goes over to Zeke Boddicker to Trevor Hostetler. His pass goes near side, Corbin Miller. Miller trying to control it, knocked the other way across the midfield line, and Minford will take it into their offensive end. That rolls down the far sideline and scooped up by Highland goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman. Freeman comes away to that far sideline to scoop it up, and he'll survey the field. Now roll a pass to the near sideline to the 20-yard line. Gets it over to Micah Coon, centering pass to Kurt Coppin. Coppin works it near the 40-yard line. Now knocks it across the midfield line, directs his pass to the far side of the field. Trying to get that ball to Kalen Howe. He'll get to it out of the far side corner. Tries to keep it in play, but it finally rolls near the top of the box, but not before it went across the goal line. Looking for that cross opportunity to Reese Mullet from Howe, but it went across the goal line before Howe had a chance to make that good cross. Otherwise, he might have had a nice connection there for Reese Mullet for a goal opportunity. Instead, this will be the 9th goal kick today for Minford. Ball sails near that midfield line and corral now for the Falcons. They'll race it to the near side of the field. Working that ball is Adam Crank. Crank to that 25-yard line. Stepping in front of him, Kurt Coppin. He'll knock it across the touch. And now Crank will have this throw on the Minford offensive end. Ball lobbed inside the box to Montgomery. Backs it up. Montgomery with his kick goes around Zeke Boddicker and rolls it across the goal line. And it will be a goal kick now for Hiland. Their 5th goal kick of this contest tonight, their first of the second half. 1-0 Hawks. Hiland the lone goal in the first half by Kalen Howe, and Hiland has the 1-0 lead now into the second half with 37:40 to go. Goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman now has this kick. Short kick to the 30-yard line, knocked back down by Corbin Miller. Now to Hostetler, who sails in a lob kick back to the midfield line. And now corralled at midfield by the Falcons. That kick goes off the leg of Dylan Brooks as it goes bouncing across the touch. Hiland now going to have this throw on their defensive end. Trevor Hostetler lobs it back near midfield, goes to Corbin Miller. Intercepted. Brooks will lob it up in the air. Header by Kurt Coppin. Now to Kalen Howe. His pass goes to Corbin Miller. Directs his pass inside the midfield circle. Now to Kalen Howe. Hiland back on the offensive end. Goes over on the near side. Ricochets back near the midfield line area. Now stolen away by Zach Mullet. Mullet has it near the 30-yard line. Rolls his pass now high on the right side. He'll find Kalen Howe. Howe controls it. Gets his pass off into the top of the box. Knocked back down. And sent back the other way by Luke Rader. Off the foot of Drew Nicely, who cuts it off. His pass goes to Trevor Hostetler. Hostetler from the far end. Has it stolen away by Rader again for the Falcons inside that midfield circle on his kick. And chased back down near side of the field now for the Hawks and Micah Coons. Coons pass into the offensive end, goes near sideline over to Reese Mullet. Mullet leads a pass down to Carlos Taparia. He'll have it on the left wing. Taparia had it momentarily, knocked away from him, goes across the touch, off the foot of Carlos Taparia. Good defensive play by Dylan Brooks for Minford. He'll get a short pass in near that 35-yard line off the foot of Rader. Knocked high in the air by Taparia, goes sailing high in the air into the hands of goalkeeper in Levi Carell. Nobody else around him. Carell will easily snatch it away, and he'll punt it away. Goes sailing high in the air near that midfield line. That'll take a bounce to Rader off the foot of Corbin Miller. His pass now is to Kalen Howe. Howe on the offensive end to the far side of the field. Howe will race it back near that far side corner. Finally rolls away. And it'll be a trip called against Minford. It'll be a direct kick now for the Hawks for Trevor Hostetler. They'll place that ball just inside that 10-yard line on that far sideline. 5th direct kick of the night for Hiland, their first of the second half. Hostetler is going to have this kick. He'll lob it inside the net, inside the box, I should say, knocked down by Howe. Header by Rader to the far side, knocked away by Brooks near the midfield line area. Chased back down by Hostetler. His pass rolls inside the midfield circle to Carlos Taparia. He'll back it up to the near side of the field for the Hawks. Pass behind him goes to Coons. Back in midfield now, knocked down by Corbin Miller. Back to Taparia. Taparia works it. Pass back over to Corbin Miller into the offensive end. 1-0 Hiland. Ahead of the midfield circle to Zeke Boddicker. His pass goes high on the right side. And back over to Boddicker near the top of the box. And chased down on the kick back the other way by Luke Rader. Header, however, by Corbin Miller. Ricochets off the leg that time of Adam Crank, who works it inside the midfield circle. Strong kick by Crank into the offensive end. And going after that, Zach Miller, but almost hit maybe a bit too strong from midfield by Crank and easily scooped up by goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman before Miller had a chance to track that ball down. So Miller comes from the top of the box to corral it. Now he'll punt it away inside the midfield circle. Off the foot of Kurt Coppin. Header back the other way by Brooks. Header again by Kurt Coppin. Knocked down. Lob kick up in the air by Boddicker. Header by Brooks. Knocked back down on the kick back to the offensive end to Hiland. And Zach Bullitt to that far side corner. Bullitt has it along the goal line. His kick ricochets back to the far side of the field. Chased down by Luke Rader, who'll keep it in play. He'll pound his kick across the midfield line. Try to find Montgomery. Instead, it'll be cut off by Knisley. Knisley's bouncing kick goes across the midfield line again. Corralled now by Adam Crank. Battling for the ball, Zach Millett falls down. And lob kick goes high in the air off the foot of a defender and Jacob Lewis. Back into the Minford offensive side. On the right wing, here's the shot on goal. Going to be a bit wide left on the little cross. Trying to connect with Miles Montgomery, who was charging in. And instead, he'll go across the goal line. That's really their best opportunity all night. With that cross that time for Minford, Gavin Downey had a chance maybe to take the shot himself. Instead, he passed it up for the pass to Montgomery. Montgomery hit it wide left. So it'll be a goal kick for Hiland, their 6th of the night. But that opportunity right there for Minford, a chance to tie this game up. But instead, Hiland will dodge that bullet, and they'll have it back near midfield. Still 1-0 Hiland with 33 minutes to play in the second half. With it for Minford, Zach Miller's kick to the far side. Ricochets across the touch off the foot of Trevor Hostetler. And a throw-in now for the Falcons. Midway into their offensive end on that far side. 1-0 Hiland. Ball lobbed in the air near that left wing. Ricochets inside the box. Now Montgomery has it knocked away by Drew Knisley. Intercepted on the kick by Rader near the top of the box. Deflected away. Back to the far end. Lob kick high in the air again. Bounces inside that box. Header by Hostetler near the goal line. Tries to save it from going across the goal line as he was sailing on his kick across the touch. And I believe they say it does go across the goal line, so it's going to be a corner kick for Minford. Their second. Miles Montgomery with the kick. Lobs it inside the box. Header knocked down and knocked high in the air, sailing just near the goalpost, but wide left on that kick. And it will be off of Cordell's foot, and it'll be a goal kick for Hiland. This will be, for Hiland, their 7th goal kick of the night, their 3rd of the second half. Pass goes near side to Carlos Taparia. Knocked away by the Hawks, intercepted at the 25-yard line. Off the foot now of Ethan Cordell again. Knocked high in the air, near the other way by the kick by Drew Knisley. A little collision inside the circle. Two players going hard after that ball. Zach Millett, along with for Minford and Dylan Brooks. And it will be a direct kick for Minford. This will be their 4th of the night. Kicks it away from the midfield circle, ceiling inside the box. Deflected wide right and across the goal line. It was deflected by the Hawks. And it will be a corner kick from the near side of the field. Minford will have their 3rd corner kick tonight, their 2nd of the second half. Again, lining this kick up is going to be freshman forward Miles Montgomery. 1-0 Hiland. 30-45 and counting in the second half. Montgomery with this kick. Lobs it inside the box and knocked back down in front of the net, but And there to step in front of it is Carlos Taparia. His ball deflected back to the near sideline and across the touch. Throw in now for the Hawks. Taparia's pass goes near side of the field. Off the leg of Reese Mullet. Stolen away now by Montgomery. Montgomery, the freshman, with that cross inside the box. He finds his teammate who goes charging in there. Knocks it high in the air, goes sailing over the goalpost. Off the foot of Luke Rader. Good connection that time on the cross. They've had a couple of nice cross opportunities. Had the Falcons in the second half, but not been able to cash in yet. And Hiland again will have a goal kick. This will be their 8th of the night. Here's the kick by goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman. Low lining kick near that 30-yard line. Knocked down by Zeke Boddicker to Corbin Miller. To Kurt Compton. Cut off. Here's the pass on the right wing. Chased back down on the near side by Gavin Downing. His kick goes wide right and across the goal line. Tough angle that time, and the bounces across that goal line for a goal kick for the Hawks again. They're 9th. And now Minford, all of a sudden, they're getting more aggressive on their offensive end. Here's the kick, sent away. Short kick by goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman, knocked back down near that 20-yard line. In traffic, here's the kick. Is sailing again too high on a strong kick that time for the Falcons. Off the foot of Zane Miller. And Highland going to again have a goal kick, their 10th of the night. 1-0 Highland. Wyatt Freeman with that kick. Centering kick, going to be a header by Corbin Miller. Goes to Zeke Boddicker. His pass across midfield. Gets it over to Zach Mullet, who will takes it down to that 10-yard line. Mullet has it knocked away from him. There's the steal. Minford back the other way near that midfield line. Intercepted by Hostether now. His pass goes to the far end. Back over to Kalen Howe. Lob kick by Hostether. Takes a bounce. Center portion of the field near the top of the box. Knocked away from Reese Mullet. Sent back the other way now, that time by Minford near that midfield circle. And some contact going after the ball. And it'll be a direct kick for Highland, it looks like. Another little collision there. Going after the ball, and Highland's going to have their 6th direct kick of the night, their 2nd of the second half. That ball is just to the right and ahead of that midfield circle on the Highland offensive end. Drew Nisley will have this kick for Highland, up 1-0. Nisley with that kick, lobs it inside the box. Going to be a header by Mullet. Zach Mullet will in front of that, diving stop by Levi Corral. The lob kick in back in the hands of Corral, who will snatch it away. That second kick was off the foot of Kalen Howe. So 2 shots on goal for Highland. Good 2 keeper saves by Levi Corral, the goalkeeper for the Falcons. He has 6 keeper saves on the night and keeps it at a 1-0 Highland advantage. Hawks back on the offensive end to the far side of the field. Goes to Kalen Howe. Howe's kick in front of the net. Finds a cross. That kick going to be knocked back down again by Corral. By Reese Bullitt. The kick again by Zeke Boddicker goes wide right. Good cross by Howe to Reese Bullitt. But again, good job knocking that ball away for the Falcons, and Highland not able to get that ball into the net. That's a couple opportunities now, as many trips for Highland to try and add on to their goal lead, but good defender play and keeper play by the Falcons keeps it at a 1-0 Highland advantage. And now a goal kick for Minford will be their 10th of the night. Ball sent away back to the midfield circle. Knocked high in the air, and that kick is sailing in the air by Brooks. Takes a bounce. And header that time off the leg of Gavin Downey. Downey battling with Carlos Taparia. Taparia will steal it away. Play get a little physical near that 45-yard line. We'll see a push called on Taparia. Direct kick for Minford, their 5th of the night. Short kick goes near side to Montgomery. Montgomery near that 20-yard line. He'll work it from the corner. Gets a cross off. Inside the box, off the foot of Micah Coons. Lob kick by Nisley. Leafy header to the top of the box. Sent away on the kick now again by the Hawks to the near sideline. Then a bounce across that touch. Throw in for Minford right at midfield. 26 minutes to play in the second half. Highland is up by a score of 1-0. Plenty of action in the second half, but no goals so far. Both teams have had opportunities to get some goals in the second half, but been able to cash in so far. And the lone goal that first half still by Kalen Howe. Throw in near sideline, knocked across that touch. That'll be off of Minford. Taparia throws it in for the Hawks. They'll throw in header, leaping header by Crank. Lob kick and the header by Montgomery. Back to Crank. Crank near the 15-yard line, back to Montgomery, lobs his kick inside the box. Chased down on the kick by Micah Coons, near side. And knocked down again by Downing. Downing on a leaping header by Nicely, goes off the chest now of Reese Mullet, back to Boddicker, knocks off the foot of Kurt Coppin, knocks it back near sideline. That'll bounce across the touchline, and Minford's going to have this throw. They'll have it about 10 yards into their offensive end on the near side of the field. A 1-0 lead in favor of Hiland, 25 minutes to go. Winner moves on to the regional championship game this Saturday. The ball lobbed in by Crank. Bounces it near that 15-yard line. Stolen away by Zeke Boddicker. Rolls his pass at midfield. Gets it over to Zach Mullet. Now stolen back away by Crank. Chased down by Reese Mullet. Push going to be called against the Hawks and Zach Mullet. Direct kick now for Minford will be their 6th of the night. Once again, this game being video live streamed courtesy of Claxon Communications. Working the board for the video tonight, Casey Claxon. Working the camera is Lydia Brady, providing full video of this game. If you go to the WKLM YouTube page, you can watch video of the second half. Ball knocked down, ball deflected high in the air, and now a header goes up in the air by Montgomery. Off the foot now of Micah Coons, off the chest of Reese Mullet, works it near sideline. Mullet rolls it back near midfield, goes to his pass near side to Zach Mullet from Reese Mullet. Cut off again instead by Brooks. His pass goes to Montgomery, and now will roll across that touch off the leg of Carlos Taparia. Throw in for the Hawks, or I should say for the Falcons, midway into their offensive end. That short throw in goes to Zach Miller. Chased down now by Luke Rader. Rader's centering pass going to be intercepted on the far end by Kalen Howe. Howe works it back near midfield. Strong kick goes into the offensive end. Hawks chasing after that ball. Hard charge by Zach Bullock going after it and scooped up by goalkeeper Levi Carell. A little bit of contact. Zach Bullock going hard after that ball. A little bit of contact near the top of that box as he connected with the Falcons defender. And Bullock going over a little sportsmanship there to help him out. Just two guys going hard after that ball and a little contact. But I think they are going to issue the yellow card. Despite that, with 23:37 to play in the second half where the clock is stopped. So Bullock will get the yellow card. He'll have to check out. And now checking in now for the Hawks is going to be Jackson Mullet, the freshman. One nothing Highland advantage. I should say, I said Mullet because I thought it was number 3, but instead it's 13. Logan Hirschberger, the freshman, has checked in. Didn't see that 1 on this jersey. So Logan Hirschberger, the freshman, is in for the Hawks in place of Zach Mullet, who got that yellow card. There's the whistle. Rader will have this kick. Goes sailing high in the air across the midfield circle, but that'll be knocked back down. Out the foot now of Dylan Brooks, rolls into the offensive end. Zach Miller chasing after the ball to the near side corner. And finally, some contact. Carlos Taparia battling for the ball to the near side corner along with Miles Montgomery. And they're going to place that ball at the corners. Looks like it will be across the goal line. So corner kick for Minford will be their 4th of the night, their 3rd of the second half. Montgomery will have this kick for the Falcons. Short kick inside the box. Going to be cut off again by Hiland. With that ball, cutting that ball off is Reese Mullet. Give and go across the midfield line, knocked back the other way by Brooks, lobs it in the air, near sideline. Tapario steps in front of that ball. That'll go across the touch. And that's going to be off of who? Montgomery and Tapario going after it. It'll be off of Tapario. Throw in for Adam Crank for Minford. Actually going to say it's going to be a direct kick for them. Their 5th. Their 7th, rather, of the night. Just outside of the box, near that 10-yard line. Crank, without have that kick, lobs it in front of that. Leaping header knocked down by Coppin, and finally scooped off the bounce of goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman. Freeman will wing a pass back to the far sideline. And ball to the far end of the field. Kalen Howe going after it, but it goes across that touch. And before that, it'll be a foul called against the Falcons. Direct kick for Hiland comes from right near midfield. And that short kick. Short centering pass near the top of the box by Hosta. They're cut off. Rader gets a foot on that ball. off the foot of Corbin Miller. Now sent back the other way, back to the midfield line. That kick goes off the foot of Dylan Brooks and finally rolls across that touch. Throw in for the Hawks with 21.5 to play in the second half. Highland still with that 1-0 lead. They'll play either third-ranked Grandview Heights or Wheelersburg. Whoever wins this game in that regional championship game this Saturday with the site and time to be determined. Short throw in goes off the leg of Drew Nisley. Header back the other direction, back down the far sideline. And Nisley there to get to it. Rolls back near the midfield line. Controlled here by Crank into the offensive end for the Falcons. Gets this pass up to Montgomery. Montgomery near the 10-yard line. Ricochets to Zach Miller. Back to Montgomery. Montgomery in the left wing. Knocks it behind him. A strong kick goes rolling wide left and across the goal line. From behind him, and his pass goes to that far side. That pass, or the kick rather, by Luke Rader with that kick wide left. And a goal kick now for the Hawks. This will be their 11th goal kick of the night. They actually have one more goal kick than Minford now on the night, and that's because Minford's been much more offensive-minded here in the second half of play. Kirk Hoffman's pass goes near that midfield line. Ball lobbed into the Highland offensive end. That'll take a bounce over to Reese Mullen. Mullen inside the box, cut off and lobbed across the touchline by the defender for the Falcons that time, and that being Jacob Lewis. Highland's going to have this throw on their offensive end. You're in the 20-minute mark of the second half. Highland is up 1-0. Highland's going to have this throw near that 10-yard line on the Highland offensive end. With the throw in, going to be freshman Olin Troyer. Troyer lobs it inside the box and knocked across the goal line. It'll be off of Brooks for the Falcons. Highland's going to have the corner kick now. This will be their 5th corner kick of the night. Kalen Howe will do the honors. Howe with this kick. In front of that leaping header, knocked down to the top of the box and knocked the other way. Intercepted by Corbin Miller. His kick deflected back outside of the box and now corralled again by Luke Rader for the Falcons. He'll lob his kick near midfield. Tries to find Gavin Downing. Cut off by Taparia inside the circle. Kick by Drew Nisley now. Tries to direct it. Intercepted by Rader. Lobs his kick into the Minford offensive side, but a bit too strong and grabbed on the other end at the top of the box by goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman. Freeman scoops it up, surveys the field, and now will punt it away. 1-0 Highland, bounces inside the midfield circle. That's going to be a header, chased back down on the header to the near side over to Reese Mullet. That initial header was by Highland's Sean Troyer, the junior who is in now. Stolen away by Rader. That kick goes into the Minford offensive side as Rader will control it. His kick goes lobbing high in the air, wide left and across the goal line from that far side corner. Goal kick again for the Hawks with their 12th goal kick of the night. 18.5 to go. Highland still up 1-0. That kick intercepted near that 30-yard line. Strong kick was sailing a bit too high, a bit too strong in that kick near that 15-yard line. And that kick by Adam Crank. And it will be a goal kick again for the Hawks, their 13th. Another case of Minford being on the offensive end, causing the goal kick for the Hawks, but maybe that shot not as close as they'd like it to be on that long kick that went really didn't have much of a chance to go in. Ball ricochets across that touch. It'll be off of the Hawks now. Meanwhile, Minford will have another throw-in on their offensive end. At that 30-yard line on the Minford offensive side. That ball thrown in for that far side corner. Goes over on the far end over to Miles Montgomery working against Hostether. Good job by Hostether to knock away from him. And now knocked back near that 40-yard line. Kept in play by Rader. Intercepted again by the Hawks. Sean Troyer's pass goes near side. And tracked down by Reese Mullet. Mullet working it. Rolls it back near the midfield line. He'll get it to Zach Mullet, who's checked back in now for the Hawks. Now to the far end. Chase back down out midfield here for the Falcons on that kick by Ethan Cordell. Sean Troyer trying to corral it. Stolen away by Luke Rader. Rader's kick into the offensive side. Rolls it back near that left wing. Montgomery gets to it. Long shot. And a leaping grab by goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman. Nice shot by Miles Montgomery near the upper half of the net, but Freeman went up to snatch it away. Another good shot on goal by Minford. Fourth keeper saved by Wyatt Freeman to keep this at a 1-0 Highland advantage. Minford, they've had a couple nice opportunities in this second half, but have still not been able to cash in to tie this game up. Hiland back on their offensive end. That kick rolls near the top of the box. Knocked back to the far side. Hoppins kick. Ricochets and finally knocked away by Brooks. Lobs it inside the midfield circle. Header back the other way by Drew Nisley. Directs his pass to Corbin Miller. Miller's pass goes far side to Kalen Howe. Howe works it near the goal line. Finally goes across the goal line. That's going to be off of Howe, they're going to say. And it will be a goal kick for the Falcons, their 11th goal kick of the night. 16 minutes to play. Hiland is up 1-0. Again, this game being video live streamed courtesy of Claxon Communications. Casey Claxon running the board tonight for the video feed, and also working the cameras, Lydia Brady. And you can go to the WKLM YouTube page and watch full video of this rest of this contest tonight in this regional semifinal soccer game. Of course, we're also on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. Back at WKLM Sports Central, Dakota Patterson, as well as Brandon Mitcher. Play back near midfield. That pass goes near side to Elliot Yoder. Yoder knocked away from him. Corral now on the kick by Sean Troyer. Knocked the other way by Jacob Lewis back near midfield. The defender for the Falcons as it goes bouncing across the touchline. Throwing once again now for the Hawks with 15-19 and counting in the second half. 1-0 Hiland. And a throw in back near the midfield line goes over to Corbin Miller. He gets a header to Elliot Yoder. Chased down by Zach Miller for the Falcons. Rolls it inside the midfield circle. Off the foot of Luke Rader. Knocked back the other way. On the kick now by Micah Kuhn. Sails it inside the midfield circle. Off the foot of Sean Troyer. Knocked back down on the kick by Zach Miller. He'll control it now. Miller into the offensive end for the Falcons. Miller near the 20-yard line. Weaves through the defense. Gets a pass off to the right corner. Goes to the near side of Gavin Downey. Downey tries to keep it in play along that goal line. Can't do it. Rolls across the goal line. And it'll be off of his foot, and a goal kick now for the Hawks. Their 14th goal kick tonight. That's compared to 11 goal kicks for Minford. 1-0 Hiland. 14 and a half to go. Hiland came in at 13-5-1, winners of 6 straight, 12 of their last 14. Minford, the 12th ranked team in Division 3. They're 18-1. Just one loss of the year. They've won 5 straight. Ball thrown, a kick to the near sideline. Goes over to Taparia. His kick at midfield. Over to Elliot Yoder. Yoder's centering pass. Near sideline goes off the foot of Zach Bullitt, who will track it down high on the left side. Bullitt's pass inside the box, cut off by Brooks. Back over to Elliot Yoder. Yoder inside the box. Gets a pass off in traffic. Goes to Matthew Yoder. His kick goes high in the air, but off of his hand before that. Handball called on against the Hawks. It'll be an indirect kick the other way. Minford will have this kick, their first of the night, indirect kick-wise, with 13:40 to play. 1-0 Hiland. Ball sent away on the kick by Luke Rader. Sails inside the midfield circle. Passes over off the chest to Matthew Yoder. Yoder gets a foot on that ball. Works his pass offensively to Elliot Yoder for the Hawks. Yoder, double team. Rolls it inside the box. Going to be knocked the other way by Jacob Lewis defensively. Rolls it back inside that midfield circle. Gets to Miles Montgomery. Montgomery knocked away from Kurt Coppin. That'll roll across the touch. And now Minford's going to have this throw. Nearing the 13-minute mark of the second half, Hiland is still clinging to this 1-0 advantage. Ball thrown in down that far side of the field. As the Hawks get a foot on the ball, Corbin Miller gets a pass off over to Taparia. Rolls his kick into the Hiland offensive end. Zach Mullet chasing after the ball. Instead knocked away across the touch. As it'll be off of the Falcons. Hiland with the throw midway into their offensive end. Back to that far side corner. Kicked by Howe. Inside the box. Goes bouncing into the hands of goalkeeper Levi Correll. Try to lead that cross for Elliot Yoder instead. It's grabbed by Correll. He'll punt it high in the air. Goes sailing to the left of that midfield circle. Takes a bounce. Host other giving chase after the ball. Rolls across that touch, and now it's going to be a throw-in. Host other will throw it in now for the Hawks. 5 yards shy of that midfield line on their defensive end. 12:15 to play. Pass goes across midfield. There to get to it is going to be Dylan Brooks. Lobs his kick, ricochets back to Zach Miller, to Brooks, knocks it back inside the midfield circle, directs his pass to Gavin Downing. Lobs his kick into the Minford offensive side. Chase after the ball, Miles Montgomery. Tap goes over on the kick over to from Nisley to goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman, and he'll tap it back to the midfield line. Tracked down by Elliot Yoder. Yoder has it, Rolls it near sideline. There to get to it, Jacob Lewis lobs up in the air. Knocked back down off the foot of Taparia and across the touch. Throw in now for the Falcons. 11:41 to play in the second half. And they're down 1-0. Minford to throw it in. Right around that 40-yard line. 10 yards into their offensive end. Adam Crank to throw it in for the Falcons. As Sean Troyer will check out. And in is Matthew Yoder. Thrown in, bouncer goes inside the box, knocked high in the air on the kick, goes across the touchline by Drew Nicely defensively. But that's going to be right near that near side corner. And a little throw in further into the offensive end for the Falcons now. About 5 yards away from that near side flag. Crank lobs it inside the box. Knocked down in traffic, and a diving grab by goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman again. Montgomery, again, right in the vicinity of that ball, but Freeman grabs it before he's able to get a foot on that ball, and he'll get set to punt it away. Freeman, short kick, bounces near that midfield circle. Knocked down by Matthew Yoder, sent away in the kick by Hostother, across the midfield line over to Elliott Yoder, corralled by Zeke Boddicker. Boddicker had it, now stolen back away by Dylan Brooks, lobs his kick at midfield. Finds his teammate, Gavin Downing, stolen away by Carlos Taparia. 10 minutes to play in the second half. Highland is up 1-0. Boddicker's pass goes over to Olin Troyer, the freshman, with the pass. He'll get it over to Zach Mullet. Leads his pass to Matthew Yoder to the far side. Yoder to the far side corner. Tries to turn the corner along the goal line. And deflected across the goal line and be off of the Falcons. Highland's going to have a corner kick from that far end. And this time for the Highland, doing the corner kicking is going to be Olin Troyer, the freshman. Their sixth corner kick of the night. Lobs his kick. In traffic, leaping header going to go wide left by Drew Nicely. Back to the near side corner. Good opportunity, but Nicely kicks it, that header to the near side of the field. Finally goes across the touchline. So good connection on the corner kick, but not able to get a goal out of that. Throw in with 9.5 to go. Header by Zeke Boddicker in the push. And a direct kick now for Minford the other direction. Their 8th direct kick of the night. 9:19 to play in the second half. 1-0 Highland. Boys Division III Regional Semifinal Soccer from Grove City. Winner moves on to the regional championship game against Grandview Heights or Wheelersburg Saturday with the site and time to be determined. Ball rolls inside the midfield circle. Corralled by Luke Rader. Rader has it into the offensive end. Ball knocked the other way by Kurt Coppin. Lob kick goes high in the air. Sails near the top of the box. Header by Drew Nicely. Header again by Nicely. Bounces it near the 30-yard line. That kick goes near side. Corralled by Kurt Coppin. His pass in midfield back to Elliott Yoder. Hawks again with it on the near sideline. 10 yards into their offensive end near the 40-yard line. That pass goes over to the Hawks and Zeke Boddicker. Rolls his pass behind Matthew Yoder. Chased back down now defensively by Dylan Brooks. He'll get to it on the far end of the field. And that kick by Brooks. Bounces near midfield, intercepted by Hostother for the Hawks. His pass goes to Boddicker. Tap pass to Kurt Coffman now. His centering pass. Corralled off the foot now of Zach Mullet. Back in the far end, the Matthew Yoder. Yoder can't quite track it down. Rolls across the touch on that pass by Olin Troyer. And a throw-in now the other way. 8:10 to play in the second half. 1-0 Highland. Centering pass goes off the leg of Luke Rader. Minford with it on that kick into the offensive end. Cut off by Micah Coons. Off the foot of Kurt Coppin. Near side, Elliott Yoder now for the Hawks. Yoder with under 8 minutes to play. Near sideline, near that 30-yard line on the Highland offensive end. Yoder had it. Knocked away by Gavin Downing. Ricochets off the leg of Downing and across the touch. Nice play by Yoder there. And it'll be a throw in for the Hawks and Carlos Taparia midway into their offensive end. 1-0 Highland, 7.5 to go. That short throw in goes to Elliott Yoder. Off of his head, knocked down on the kick by Adam Crank. Works it back near the midfield line for the Falcons. Crank has it offensively. Crank on the near sideline, near the 30-yard line. Back to the 20. Crank near the 15 to the 10. Inside the box, Crank with his touch pass goes to Montgomery. His kick deflected away. Another kick goes wide right near the goal line, across the goal line. Couldn't quite navigate his kick around the good defender play of the Hawks standing in front of that net. And never had a chance to get that on the net on a good shot. And instead it'll be a goal kick now for Highland, their 15th goal kick of the night. 7 minutes to go. 1-0 Highland lead in the regional semifinals. Here's the kick set away by Nicely, sailing near the midfield line, off the foot of Crank, inside the circle. Header back goes near sideline over to Gavin Downing. Downing works into the 25-yard line, past the defender to the 15. Hits past near side corner, goes over to Zach Miller. Miller near the goal line, gets a cross off in front of that, knocked away by Micah Coons. And chase back down on the kick near sideline over to Downing. Inside the box, knocked away again by Kurt Coppin. And knocked down again by Luke Rader. His pass near side to Montgomery, back to Rader on the right wing. Looking for some room. Rolling kick inside the box, deflected away again by Coppin again. That kick, Corral here on the kick. Sent away near the net and grabbed by the goalkeeper and Wyatt Freeman. Good job by Ethan Cordell on that shot on goal. For Minford, their 7th shot on goal tonight. The 5th keeper saved by Freeman. And still 1-0 lead in favor of Hiland. Ball goes bouncing across the touch at midfield now. Hiland will be a throw-in for Minford now with under 6 minutes to play. Trailing by a goal. Ball thrown in, knocked down. Across the touch off of the Hawks. Throw in about 15 yards into the Minford offensive side. Throw in, knocked down again by Kalen Howe. Lob kick near the top of the box, knocked down by Drew Nisley. Corralled by Trevor Hostetler. Centers his pass up to Kurt Coppin. Coppin near the 35-yard line. He's going to be double-teamed. His pass goes near side. Now corralled off the foot of Reese Mullet. Mullet rolls his pass. Going to be intercepted again by the Falcons. That pass goes to Gavin Downing. Back on the right wing. Intended to Miles Montgomery. Knocked away across the touch instead by Micah Coons. Throw in now for the Falcons with 5:10 and counting. In the second half, down 1-0. Minford's going to have this throw on their offensive end near that 20-yard line. Throw in by Crank, goes near side corner. Knocked off the foot now of Coppin to the near side. Intercepted off the foot of Minford that time in Sam Tiemann. And now stolen away by Zach Mullet, who has it for the Hawks. Strong kick by Mullet into the Hiland offensive end. Going after it. Knocked high in the air by goalkeeper Levi Carell. Before Kalen Howe had a chance to get a foot on it, he was charging after that ball. Back near the midfield line, 4.5 to go, 1-0 Hiland inside the circle. Gets over to Adam Crank. Sliding kick by Coppin to the near sideline. That'll roll across the touch. Throw in for the Falcons. With nearing that 4-minute mark, 1-0 Hiland. Throw in by Crank, long throw. Inside the box, finds Montgomery. Past one defender, knocked away near the goalpost. Ricochets off the goalpost. Diving stop by Wyatt Freeman, now knocked away and across the touchline. Strong kick inside the box, I believe by Montgomery. Almost knocked it in. It hit that right side goalpost and finally goes across the goal line. So inches away from tying this ball game up. Here's the throw in by Crank. Lobs it inside the box. Leaping header knocked down by Montgomery. Sent away by defender, I should say, Carlos Taparia. Intercepted by Crank. Crank, his kick inside the net, knocked away a couple of times. Up the foot of Taparia. He'll knock it across the touchline once again. 3.5 to go. Minford with a furious rally here. Down 1-0 still. They'll have it near that near side corner for them on their offensive end. Pass by Crank. Lobs it inside the box. Ricochets back over the near sideline. Getting the foot of that ball, Reese Mullet near the top of the box. Stolen away from him by Raider. Raider's kick. Ricochets off the leg of Micah Coons. Long kick. Goes rolling inside the box through the defense that time. Off the leg of Montgomery and wide left and across the goal line. And it was off of the Hawks. Corner kick now for the Falcons. Their 5th of the night comes from the far side of the field. Here's the kick by Montgomery. Lobs it near the top of the box. Off the chest of Reese Mullet now. They'll get it out of there momentarily. Near the 25-yard line. 2:51 to play. Now back near midfield, the Hawks finally will get it away from their own goal. Now into their offensive end. Here's Zach Mullet on the attack. His shot near the net. Leaping grab. Batted away by goalkeeper Levi Carell. That'll go across the goal line. Hard shot by Zach Mullet, and Carell somehow batted that ball away. It will be a corner kick for the Hawks. Hiland that close from taking a 2-goal lead. 8 keeper saved by Minford. Hiland's going to have the corner kick their 7th tonight. 2:19 to go. Here's the kick for the Hawks, and Kalen Howe rolls it inside the box. Now to Corbin Miller. Miller's kick near the net, going to be a diving stop by Carell again and knocked away by Dylan Brooks. Another great save by Levi Carell on Hiland's 14th shot on goal tonight. 2 minutes to go. Rolls across the touchline. Still 1-0 Hawks. Great defender and keeper play tonight on both sides. And with it is Brooks racing it near that midfield circle. Stolen away now by the Hawks. Zeke Bacher gets his pass off. Now to Zach Bullitt. Hiland offensively leads a pass to the far side corner to Kalen Howe. Off the hem, rolls across that touchline off of, Minford to that far side corner. Minute and a half to play here in this second half. And the problem for Minford is Hiland has it on their offensive end. It's a throw-in for that far side flag near the corner. Short throw-in goes to Kalen Howe. Minute 20 to play. And now knocked across the touch. Again, we off the Falcons and off of Charlie Neal. Throw in for the Hawks. Short throw in goes to Kalen Howe. Stolen by Neal. Neal tries to keep it in play. Deflected by Hiland across the touch. That quick throw goes off the foot of Zeke Boddicker. He'll knock it back across the goal line. And a goal kick the other way for the Falcons with under a minute to go. Their 12th goal kick. 55 seconds. Falcons going to try and get this kick away. They'll sail it high in the air. The kick by Rader inside the circle. There's off the chest of Zeke Boddicker. Deflected up in the air and a leaping header again. Corral now on their offensive end. Here's the pass to Gavin Downing inside the box. And that diving grab knocked away from Freeman. Couldn't grab it. Lob kick by Downing goes wide right, just over the goal line. Freeman dove after that ball. Made an aggressive play. Couldn't corral it. Then left the net wide open. And Downing, that lob kick just a bit wide to the right. Down to the final 22 seconds. Ball rolls to the far sideline and across the touch. 17 seconds to go. 1-0 Highland still. Ball near midfield, 10 seconds to go. Final 8 seconds of this one. Hawks smelling victory now. Final 4, 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. Highland will move on to the regional finals for the first time since 2018. And folks, it wasn't easy, as it was a rally to the finish. Minford, I'm not sure how this game finished up 1-0, quite frankly. With both sides, opportunities with goals that looked like they were sure goals. Great keeper play tonight, great defender play, and Highland chances to add on to the lead. Great chances for Minford to try and tie or take a lead, even if they got a couple goals in the second half. But great job by Highland to prevent Minford to get those goals in the net, and Highland hangs on to get this 1-0 victory tonight, and they will indeed advance on to the regional championship. The Highland Hawks will play this Saturday against either third-ranked Grandview Heights or Millersburg, with a sight and time to be determined as Highland goes to 14-5-1. They've now won 7 games in a row and 13 of the last 15 games. Minford, with the loss, they'll end their outstanding season at 18-2 for the 12th-ranked team in Division III, and that snaps a 5-game winning streak for the Falcons. Highland moving on to the regional finals. They win at 1-0 over Minford tonight in the regional semifinal contest from Grove City. Back to wrap it up after this on WKLM.
This is Jim Smucker, president of Kime in Charm, Ohio. You'll find Kime Home Center located on 50 acres in the rolling hills of Holmes County. Do you have a home building or woodworking project in mind? If so, Kime has an unmatched selection of items available for you. At Kime, our team of experts is committed to caring for your project like we care for our own. We offer convenient pickup and delivery options. Visit Kime Home Center or go to kimehome.com to learn more. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's insurance agent. Hobron's Insurance Service, 170 South Clay Street in Millersburg. Call 1-800-340-3767.
Are you having ongoing issues with your flat or low slope roof? MEB Systems of Sugar Creek specializes in flat or low slope roofs and has been serving the community and beyond since 1977. Whether it's tracking down or resolving a persistent leak, you are in need of a complete roof replacement, or you have a new build, MEB Systems will strive to find the best solution for you. They believe if a job is worth doing, it's worth doing right. Call MEB Systems Incorporated today at 330-852-4333 and visit them online at mebsystems.com. MEB Systems wishes all Holmes County athletes a safe and healthy season.
Virtually everyone dreams of being their own boss. If you're dreaming of starting a business, let us help you make that dream come true. This is Paula Aron from the Kilbuck Savings Bank. A business startup loan can be daunting, but our lenders simplify the process. They explain the steps and are with you every step of the way. Your goals become our goals as we craft a business loan that's just right for you. Start making your business dreams come true. The Kilbuck Savings Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're thinking about retiring, you probably have a lot of questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You are ready for retirement, but are your finances? I'm Rob Huvis with Edward Jones Investments in Millersburg. Let's work together to help ensure that your finances can keep up with your own needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by my office at 212 North Washington Street. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
At Village Motors, we take great pride in our product, and we have 2 new models in stock that we're very excited about. Hi, this is Deke Miller, and the full-size Ford Bronco has finally arrived. It is built Ford tough, and it just screams Bronco when you look at it. The Jeep Wrangler will now have a great competitor for years to come. It is the real deal, and you need to see it and drive it for yourself. Also, the Grand Cherokee Extended Length L model has arrived. The first third-seat option for the Grand Cherokee, it combines luxury and off-road capability with the ability to carry 7 passengers. Stop out soon to see the Bronco and the Grand Cherokee L at Village Motors in Millersburg.
When it comes to service of your farm equipment, your one-stop shop should be at Buckeye Farm and Garden. In their full-service garage, they can work on any construction tractor, farm equipment, or fleet service. And check out their shop for their selection of construction and farm equipment to rental equipment. Buckeye Farm and Garden will try to get you what you need to get the job done. Whether it's farm equipment, parts, or service, stop by Buckeye Farm and Garden, located off State Route 39 between Millersburg and Berlin. Check them out at buckeyefarmandgarden.com or call 674-0456. Buckeye Farm and Garden, your farm equipment connection. Whether you're shutting down the run or restoring the power in the wake of a storm, it takes pride, courage, and loyalty. At Holmes Wayne Electric, they salute all linemen from the gridiron to the power pole. Visit the Holmes Wayne Electric Cooperative Facebook page as they recognize a lineman of the week each week from our local school districts. Holmes Wayne Electric Cooperative, here for our community, proud to power your life.
Levi Carell to get a diving keeper save, get a good job knocking that ball down, but that cut him out of position, and off the ricochet at the right place at the right time was Kalen Howe, and Kalen Howe would knock it to the right corner of that net, as Kalen Howe, of course, the senior forward, would give Hiland that 1-0 lead after his 21st goal of the year, and Hiland up 1-0 at that point. It would stay that way the rest of the first half, and in the second half, both teams with great opportunities to score. Some great shots on goal and keeper saves on both sides. Great defender play would prevent no goals from scoring the entire second half, despite the great opportunities on both sides. And Hiland hangs on to get the 1-0 victory to move on to the regional finals for the first time since 2018. Hiland had 14 shots on goal. Minford had 9 shots on goal and had 7 of those 9 shots coming in the second half. And again, they were in a furious rally, especially to that latter half of that second half, and really aggressive offensively. And Hiland able to stave them off to get this victory. And for Hiland goalkeeper Wyatt Freeman, great night for him tonight. He finished up with a total of 7 keeper saves, but also goalkeeper Levi Carell, the senior, he was also outstanding as he finished up with 9 keeper saves of the night. Again, Hiland up a 1-0 win, but boy, they had opportunities to score several more goals of this game tonight, but not because of they really weren't able to do that, in large part because of Levi Carell's great keeper play for this Minford Falcon team. Hiland had 7 direct kicks, while Minford had 8, and Hiland 2 indirect kicks, 1 for the Falcons. Hiland finished up with 7 corner kicks tonight, while Minford had 5, and Hiland finished up with 15 goal kicks. Minford had 12 goal kicks on the night, and Hiland wins it by the final score of 1-0. For Hiland, they improved their record of 14-5-1. They won 7 straight and 13 of their last 15 games, and they advance on to the regional championship game this Saturday. And Grandview Heights, it was scoreless at halftime with Millersburg, but then the last I checked was 7.5 to go. Grandview Heights had pulled ahead at 1-0 over Millersburg. So as of right now, anyway, Grandview Heights does have a 1-0 lead over Millersburg by the last count that I checked. And if should Grandview Heights hold on, they would be taking on Hiland in the regional championship game this Saturday with a site and time to be determined. I can tell you a couple of years ago when Hiland played Grandview Heights in the regional finals at a neutral site, they actually played at Sparta Hiland that year. We don't know it's going to be there this year, but it could be at least in that general vicinity. We'll have to see if it ends up being Grandview Heights as the opponent. But again, right now, last time I checked, Grandview Heights had a 1-0 lead late in the first half, late in the second half, I should say, late in the game against Millersburg. Minford, of course, with a terrific season for them, the 12th ranked team in Division III. They will end their tournament run with a record of 18-2, just 2 losses all season, and that does snap a 5-game winning streak for the Falcons. That'll wrap things up for us here from Grove City. Special thanks to our video live stream crew of Claxon Communications. Casey Claxon running the board tonight for the video stream that you saw on the WKLM YouTube page, and also Lydia Brady working the cameras tonight, providing that full video feed. Of course, we'll be also video streaming the regional championship game this Saturday, so don't miss that. And, of course, also thanks back at WKLM Sports Central to Dakota Patterson as well as Brandon Mitcher. That'll wrap things up for us here from Grove City. Again, the final in Boys Division III Regional Semifinal Soccer from Grove City. Hiland moving on to the Regional Championship for the first time since 2018 as they defeat Minford by a score of 1-0. So long, everybody.
Vikert Concrete, located on County Road 189 between Benton and Holmesville, specializes in ready-mix concrete and state-approved limestone, sand, and gravel. All mixed styles are available, and you can count on fast, dependable delivery and competitive prices. Vikert Concrete has served homes and surrounding counties for over 75 years. Call Vikert Concrete today for all your concrete needs at 674-0038. Remember, for quality concrete, it's Vikert Concrete.
Kick off Black Friday pricing during the 35th Annual Harvest Sale, November 4th, 5th, and 6th at Millersburg Electric. Save up to $930 on a General Electric fridge door refrigerator with a new fingerprint-resistant stainless steel with ice and water dispenser. Plus, save 25% on all locally handcrafted Monarch brand mattresses. Qualified customers receive 12 months interest-free. Get fair stromboli from the Italian Eatery stand in their parking lot all 3 days from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. All at Millersburg Electric's Harvest Sale, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, November 4th through the 6th.